Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.
Good afternoon, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. It's match day again. What on earth time do you call this? 5 p.m. on a Monday, match day. This is bonkers, but this is the world we live in now. Get your views and get your comments in. Leicester City against Fulham at the King Power Stadium. You know we should all be there, but if we can't be there, like we can't, because of whatever tiers we're all going to be in, let's enjoy it together on Leicester Fan TV. Get your views in, get your comments in. We've got Blue Van Man joining us very shortly, Jamie from the Fox's Arms, and I can see the one and only Don from USA as well. So get your views in, get your comments in. Right, so it's Leicester against Fulham. We've got the team news. We're going to be going straight through that. Let's get a few quick hellos in to those of you who have logged in early doors. Lcfc Matt from UK on YouTube says, let's go. Sam Barnes again on YouTube says, Leicester 3, Fulham 0. I know we ran a poll earlier. 90% of Leicester fans thought we are going to win tonight. Is overconfidence Achilles' heel? Mitchell Glover says, Vardy hat-trick 5-0. What was the saying? Bit too confident? I don't know, maybe. Kaysen says, come on, Leicester. Rudy's watching out there. Good evening, Rudy. I salute because he's part of the forces. He says, good evening, another 3 points. Scrappy game, he thinks. Scrappy game indeed. Let's add in Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Can you hear me okay?
Evening. How the devil are we? I've just changed rooms, so I think it might have been my internet, to be honest.
Jamie was struggling with internet. Let's add in here Dave, or as to most of you, Blue Van Man. Dave, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. Are you?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for joining us. Now, Dave, just
invite me, mate.
That's brilliant. The first thing I said to Dave is, how are you? And he goes, oh, I've just had a lovely, well, you said, Dave, what have you had before this?
Beef stew. The wife cooked it with dumplings.
Beef stew and dumplings. Jamie, did you get that out there in Spain?
I had it last week. I had it on Friday, actually. It was lovely.
Very continental. Very continental. Before we get too far, because I know people watching want to know, let's pop the team news up there, Jamie.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think it's what we expected, to be honest. It's going to be a back three, isn't it? With wing backs, then Papi Mendy. Christian Fuchs playing his 9th consecutive game. This is for a 33-year-old. For him, it's quite a because he wasn't in the team last year. And then Dennis Pratt, Tillemans, Madison, and Vardy up top. He's 10 out of 10 at the minute. Well, Vardy is, so he's doing pretty damn well. But Mitrovic's on the bench for them, Phil.
What do you mean 10 out of 10? Come on, Stato, tell us what that is.
10 goals in 10 games.
But obviously he can't. It's not the same run that he was on when he broke Van Nistelrooy.
No. He just collectively scored 10 in 10.
I know Don's waiting. Don, I will get you in very shortly. Bear with. Thanks for joining us. Dave, Jamie Vardy, it feels like if Jamie Vardy scores, Leicester can win. If Jamie Vardy doesn't score, it's a different kettle of fish, maybe.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's a bit, to be fair, it's a bit worrying, isn't it? Because let's face it, his legs ain't going to keep going like this forever. And I'm just thinking, what we're going to do? when he does knock it on the head. You know, I'm a bit worried because it does seem that he's the only one who can do it. So,
Jamie, I mean, he's playing tonight, so we will rely on him, won't we, Jamie? It will go to Jamie Vardy.
Barnes has scored 4 goals in 13 games. Well, it took him 23 games to score 4 goals last year. So Barnes has improved his record a bit. But yeah, we do, like Dave says, we do rely on Vardy an awful lot. And in a couple of years' time, yeah, that's when we might be struggling, unfortunately.
Dave, Mark Albrighton, one of the Premier League winning side, obviously, is not playing today. He's been dropped or rested. I don't know what you want to call it, but
would you? I think it's just rotation. Yeah, rotation and just keeping people fresh and injury free.
What was that, Phil?
That was me juggling.
What was that? Oh, juggling his balls, was it?
Go on, Dave.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't think he's been dropped. I think it's probably tactics as well, because let's face it, when all said and done, we should be winning this game. We should be, whatever team we put out, we should be winning. So give him a rest, that kind of. He'll probably come on in about half hour and somebody will get into it and he'll come on.
Yeah. I mean, Christian Fuchs, Jamie, like you said, what was that, 9 games on the trot?
9 games in a row he started, yeah.
I mean, like you said, that's perhaps, I haven't got the stats, you probably know them, but that's perhaps more than he played last season.
Well, I think he only played about 10 games, started 10 games last year. So, yes. And he's only playing because of injury, but he stepped up to the mark and he's done a decent job. I mean, against Braga, he was a little bit overwhelmed, I think, against Braga. We had to change it then, but he's done well. I think he deserves his place.
Yeah,
Dave, LCFC Matt from UK, who's watching on YouTube, says, will Vardy get a hat-trick? Is this one, for me, Dave, you've watched Leicester like Jamie, like me, for many, many years. This, to me, has got all the smells of a banana skin tonight, potentially. Are fans, do we get too confident against these? Will they come and park the bus?
I think we've got to have confidence. If we can't have confidence against a team like Fulham, then we shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be. Every time you play, you should have confidence. I mean, when we stayed up that year, for some reason, all of a sudden we got confidence. Well, let's get confidence now. Stop arsing about and get on with it. I mean, we totally screwed it up against Liverpool. I had to go down on the kickoff and watch that. And it was like embarrassing having to sit there with Loz jumping around like a bloody scout. You know, and we just went there and just didn't really do anything. And it was embarrassing. So I'm not this confidence thing. I think just get out there, do your job, and let's win. Get 3 points, get another 3 points, and another 3 points. So
you take every game as it comes, one at a time. I know it's a bit boring, but that's the way to do it.
And they've got a bit of danger in their team. I would have liked to have seen us have Loftus-Cheek potentially come on loan to Leicester. They have got a bit. You were chatting yesterday with the Fulham fanzine.
Yeah.
I think they've got a bit of danger in there, haven't they?
Yeah, Loftus-Cheek's always going to be a threat. He likes roaming forward and scoring goals. You've got Bobby Reid. It's not Bobby Reid. It's Bobby Calvaccio Reid, something like that. He was at Cardiff and Bristol City. He scored goals in the lower divisions. That Lookman, I know he missed that penalty against West Ham with the old Padinka, but he's a quality player. He was at Everton and then he went to in Germany. He's a quality player here. So they've got some decent stuff there. They really have. Just going back onto Fulham, though, it's in the last 15 fixtures, against Fulham, we've won 5, drew 6 and lost 4. And the last one was 3-1 at home when Vardy got his 100th goal for the club about 18 months ago.
Yeah, but a bit of a mixed bag, hasn't it been? Dave, Yuri Tielemans has been playing... Well, most fans have been raving over him a lot of the games. He has been playing very well, hasn't he?
Oh, do you know what? When I used to watch it last year, and I did it for Fox's sake, I feel a bit bad because I actually slated him a few times. But when you sit back and actually watch the game, what he plays, it's like he can see different things. And now we've got Cass at the back and under, and it's like they know what he's doing. It's like, you know, when you watch Sherlock Holmes and he can see the things going on. He's like, you can see things that others can't. And I'm a bit worried that he might go next year, to be fair. I think he's playing that well. I don't know if Maddison there, though, together. I think it looks a bit lightweight. But,
I think, Jamie, it's maybe a bit stronger today because you've got Dennis Pratt in there with Yuri Tielemans and James Maddison.
Yeah, that Pratt gives Dennis Pratt, Mendy, Tielemans, and Maddison in the middle of midfield. Yeah, that Pratt. Sorry,
that Pratt. Yeah.
Well, I normally give him the old DP in the middle of midfield, don't I? But I thought I'll stop that one nowadays. So you got them four. But if you didn't have Pratt in there, then it would be a bit lightweight. I think he makes a huge difference. Dennis Pratt makes a huge difference in that middle of that part. He does a lot of unsung work in there, a lot of hard work.
And Dave, we're all local lads, even though Jamie's not so local now. But it's nice to see Luke Thomas scored his first goal in the Europa League last Thursday. But he's only from Syston. He's been at the club since 2008, and he's only 19. So he's been there like all his life. So great to see. I've really enjoyed watching Luke Thomas get some time.
70 million in a couple of years, no doubt.
Oh, not yet, Dave. Not yet.
You're probably being paid that in almost now, Dave. You score a goal here and there, and you get the big bucks.
Yeah, he's doing well, isn't he? It was a nice goal, weren't it, the other night? Fair play to him. He's coming on, and hopefully we keep bringing these local lads through and doing the job.
Yes, indeed, Dave. I'm going to add in a Don who's been waiting a long time. Let's add Don in. Don is watching from the States, aren't you, Don? Are you still Myrtle Beach, Don?
Yes, sir.
Myrtle Beach in North or South Carolina? South Carolina, isn't it?
South Carolina.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't want to offend you there. It's like saying we're from Nottingham, isn't it, or something?
Ooh, Phil, boo.
Don,
Yeah.
go on. It's good to see you anyway, Don. Get you back on here. Are you already on the beers out there, Don?
Cheers, mate.
Good lad. On a Monday night. It's got to be only about midday there, Don, isn't it?
It's lunchtime, yeah. So it's about 10 after 12 here.
Fantastic. And already on the beers. What do you reckon to the side tonight, Don?
I actually think it's a really strong side. I think that it's what we expected, and it's pretty strong. It's a pretty strong group altogether. I expect them to handle this match pretty well, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a match that we stay in control of.
Don, I know obviously you, like me, you're a massive Mark Brighton fan. We've just had a bit of a chat about him. I'm not too disappointed he's not playing tonight. I think it's a bit of a rest, do you think, tonight?
I think we'll probably end up seeing him come in late if we're struggling. The same with Under. I think both of them would come in late if we're struggling, but it's good to see him get a break. But he's played really well. I think Fuchs has also played extremely well and really earned that spot that he's playing in. So I think they've both done well.
Yeah, Dave, I mean, have you seen much of Under play this season? What's your views on him? Do you rate him? Would you like to see? He can't seem to quite break into what would be the first team. He's had a few games, but what do you reckon to Under?
I think he's quality. I think the lads who have scouted him out have done the job right. I think he'll come in. He just needs a run, don't he? He just needs a nice few games where he's thinking, right, I can make an impression here. But the thing is, we're playing that well all over the park, apart from the Liverpool game where I thought we were an embarrassment. He's doing well. He's good to see. So,
yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to get a few fans' comments in here. Jordan's saying these are the games we're most likely to lose. Jordan's not keeping the faith there. Richard saying he loves having fans on from around the globe. He'd love to come on one day from sunny Barbados. Richard, that would be brilliant to get you on. I do know we're getting a little bit of feedback on the sound tonight, so apologies about that. But keep getting your comments in, keep getting your views in. We want to know what you think to the side. Don, are you at all worried at all about Fulham tonight?
I really don't think so. I think they're not the same team that we faced 2 seasons ago, and I don't think they're as strong as they were. I mean, their record clearly, it's the Premier League. There's never an easy match. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think they are what they were before, and I don't think they're as strong as they are. And we've played really well, except for the Liverpool match. We've really had some strong matches, and the guys have gone out and played really well. So I expect the same thing tonight.
Score prediction before I let you go, Don.
I'm going to go 4-2.
Ooh, that's a good game.
Yeah. I think it'll have some pace to it.
Brilliant,
Go
Don.
Foxes.
If you're still around later, Don, when the game's finished, come back and join us, and we'll see if you got that score prediction right. Yeah, if you can still speak. Cheers, Don.
Cheers, boys. Hey,
Thanks
real
so
quick,
much.
Phil.
Yeah.
Today is the day last year that I got to meet the legend that is Jamie.
I thought it was about this time of year you were here. What a difference a year makes, Don.
It was this day last year that I got to meet that legend right there.
And did we have a few, Don? Did we have a few that day?
Cheers, boys.
Brilliant. Thanks, Don. See you later. We'll let Don...
I've still got the headache from it now.
Dave, Fulham haven't got Mitrovic playing. Mitrovic is one of those players I love, and I would have liked to see Leicester sign him. He's been out of form, and he's on their subs bench. Again, me being a bit fearful, I could see him coming on. I do fear this could be a bit of a stalemate today, but you're sounding much more confident, Dave.
I don't know whether it's confidence. I'm just feeling a bit more positive. I just want us to get out there and do the job we get paid for, and crack on. You know, get the 3 points in and let's move on to the next game. I don't think we can be messing about. You know, it's Fulham, and with all due respect to Fulham, they're what? Well, second from bottom. So it's, I don't know. I just can't see us losing. And I know I don't normally do.
Dave, you're putting the kiss of the death on. You are putting the kiss of death on it now. I can't see us losing. Those famous words that in about 90 minutes we'll be going. Blue Van Man said, "We're not going to lose."
We're driving the transit into the bloody River Soar, won't I?
Yes, it could be one of those. Let's. We've got loads of fans clicking in, Jamie.
Bring them on. Bring them on.
Let's get. Who have we got here? I'm going to add Jack in briefly to get his pre-match views. Jack, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're all right.
Yeah, good. Thanks for joining us again, Jack. What's your take on the team news? As I'll put it on your face.
I'm glad Dennis Pratt started. Really, I think Barnes is more of an impact sub second half when Fulham are tiring. So, yeah, I'm happy with the team. Albrighton clearly isn't a right back, so he obviously knows that now. So, yeah, I'm happy with JJ and Luke Thomas coming in today and performing.
Somebody trying to break in your car, Jack?
Who is it, Jack?
Mrs.
She telling you to get out, get off the phone, and clean the dishes, or make the tea.
Jack, you've only got 10 minutes before kick-off.
So.
Jack, Dave's had beef stew and dumplings tonight. What you got for tea?
For tea, pork chops and mash. I think it's like Sunday roast. The Mrs.'s mum's making it tonight. So,
do you ever put your chops in boiling water to make the rind go crisp?
No.
Top tips.
Because he never cooks them, Dave. That's why.
Crackling blister, so you get nice crackling.
Ooh, bit of crackling, snap.
That's the one.
Jack, before your missus comes and tells you to get in, what's your score prediction?
4-0.
For another confident one. Thanks, Jack. We'll see you later.
Cheers, Phil. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See ya.
See you later. Jack said yesterday it's going to be a tight, scrappy game, but it'll be 4-0. That's what he said to me yesterday.
I'm just
getting a scrappy game, 4-0.
I'm just getting hungry. I've got to somehow make tea. I've got to finish this. It's going to be a sandwich for me, not beef stuff. Jamie? What are you having?
Actually, I've got belly of pork.
Oh, nice.
With stuffing in between. Well, I've not. The missus has done it. All layered in between. Lovely jubbly.
Let's add in. We've got a couple more to come in. We've got Jay Cook. Jay, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Good. Jay, what's your score predictions? What do you think to the team tonight?
I think the team's strong. Pratt starting is a bonus. I think he is brilliant. It shows when he's on and off the pitch how we can play better and how we don't. I think Barnes starting isn't. I think him coming on as a sub is better than starting.
Yeah, you think he's got more impact coming on later?
Yeah, because there's got more tired players and he's quite quick.
Yeah, agree with that.
Jamie, I think we're all getting to this conclusion with Dennis Pratt that he is that glue, isn't he? We need him in there.
we're a better side with him than we are without him. We've showed that this season in particular. Last season, not so much. The season was a bit disjointed, but this year we've shown that we need him in more than we if he's out, we struggle. If we don't, then we like you say, it's the glue.
I think he's properly gelled in at the club now.
Yeah. Jay, what's your score prediction before I let you go?
I'm going to say 3-2 to us.
Ooh. That's a close game.
And Jay, just before you go, the big question on tonight's show is what you're having for dinner.
Pulled pork cobs.
What?
Pulled pork cobs.
Pulled pork cobs?
Pulled pork cobs. Oh, that's
fantastic.
Nice.
Listen, nice.
Everyone's having pork tonight.
I'm blaming. This is all Blue Van Man, Dave. He started it off with his beef stew. We'll have to send photos, and Dave, you'll have to judge who's got the best dinner.
Exactly. Them.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Cheers, Jay. Thank you.
We've got one more coming in before we get Lox and Tom in. We've got Tom. I think it's Tom Wyatt. Is that right?
Yeah, Tom Wyatt.
Tom,
Tom. It's the student. He thinks he's the one that thinks he's going to win the quiz quite easily. He does because he's a uni lad. That's what we've got a money on him. We have.
He's got some intelligence.
Yes.
Youth, though, some of these quiz questions could be, back in
tricky,
the day
depending how old they are.
Yeah, well.
He's looking for his Fossil and Foxes books now, isn't it?
I was going to bring it, but it's huge, and I was like, I don't think it'll fit on the shelf.
Tom, what do you reckon to the team news tonight?
I think it's strong, but I don't agree with Bond not being on. I always have I'm a strong supporter of him. I think he should start because I find him very attacking and pushing forward a lot.
The thing, Dave, Harvey Barnes, we've talked about him again. Another young localish lad, and his dad's obviously played around a bit for. I think it was Colville, wasn't he? Yeah, got to be careful how I say that. His dad played around a bit. Dave, Harvey Barnes, I find him frustrating because he's one of these players gets in the right position and then I would say more often than not misses the goal and rather than getting it on target even. How do you find him, Dave?
Frustrating, isn't it? He's a lad with so much talent and he's just as long as he's learning, as long as he's got the attitude, if I don't get this one, I'll get the next one, then fair enough. It's when they start, the head goes down and then they're not putting the effort in. If he puts the effort in, he'll get the reward and he'll come good in the end.
Tom, he's a big lad, isn't he, Harvey Barnes? He's tall and he's powerful, but like you say, maybe today he'll make an impact from the bench. I think the debate, Tom, is about does Dennis Pratt offer you a bit more bonding between Yuri Tielemans and James Maddison?
Yeah, well, it's like if he was fit, where Dennis Pratt's playing now, you'd probably have Ndidi, wouldn't you? So I think he's slotted into that covering Ndidi role really well.
Tom, what's your score predictions tonight before you go? And then obviously what you're having for dinner.
I'm going to say I'm saying 1-0 because I've seen enough matches through the years where we've been going, even in the championship, we're going, we're playing Yeovil just before we got promoted. I remember being at that match and I was like, we'll win this easy. And then we have the last minute Kasper Schmeichel goal to make it 1-1. I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
Tom, which university are you at? Which university are you at, Tom?
Bangor University.
You're in sunny Wales, are you?
Yes. That's why this morning when I saw the text about the quiz, I was like, I was out last night, so I was reading through the text and being like, I'm still recovering.
It must have been student night last night then.
Oh, yes.
Come on then, Tom, what are you having for dinner? That's the big question on everybody's lips.
I'm having pasta and gravy.
That is student food, if ever I heard it. Dave, pasta and gravy?
That's one I've got to try, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. Quick and easy.
Quick and easy, it costs 6p.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom. Come on again. We'll see you soon.
Cheers, Tom.
Cheers, lads.
That's great to get. We've had a lot of people coming in. Dave, thanks so much for joining us. I'm going to let you go in a minute, Dave. Just your final predictions, Dave, on the match. Obviously, Dave's already said, no problem, confidence. God, these are all words. Yeah, what are you doing, Dave? Well, let's get your final score prediction and who's going to score.
We'll probably get 4-0, 4-1, something like that. They might even score first. And then, like the Man City thing. But we've just got to just get on with it. Just go out there, finish them off. If they're a dog, you put them down. So let's get it done.
Yes. Brilliant, Dave. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, Dave, give everybody a shout out for your channels, Blue Van Man.
Yes, YouTube, Blue Van Man. Just listen to a fat bloke, bald head, talking shit. That's it.
Sounds top entertainment, Dave. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.
See you later,
Dave.
See you, Dave. Brilliant to get Dave on, Jamie. Now we're doing the watch along in a few minutes. We're going to quickly add in Ross and Lox.
Yo.
And Tom, who've been waiting patiently. Sorry, chaps. We've had so many fans trying to get on tonight. It's been great as we grow our watch-alongs. Where do we start? Ross, let's just quickly get your takes on the team news.
Team, it does look pretty decent, to be fair. I think it was the right decision to drop all Brighton. I've not long World Cup, actually. I've had a nap, so...
I didn't want to say anything, but what do we all reckon to Ross's look there, hair?
I got up early this morning, took my son to school. I'm absolutely battered. Speaking of battered, to answer to your question, I'm having fish and chips and mushy peas at the minute. Yeah, mushy peas and curry, and a fish cake.
That's a big tea for a Monday night.
I'm starved, literally. The takeaway man woke me up. He literally banging on the door.
I forget, obviously, Ross, you are, Sheffield correspondent. So that in Sheffield is a light Monday supper, isn't it?
Just a little bit. Just a bit, if you can understand my accent.
Jamie's on the move. Are you going to get your tea already, Jamie? Is that what it is?
No, I was moving into there, but the signal's going a bit. So I thought I'd come back.
It looks like you're only showing your top half for a reason, which most blokes do these days when we go to the toilet. It looks like you're
I'm not in the bathroom. You're all right.
Oh, no, okay.
Getting back to the football, let's bring Lox and Tom in. Lox, again, a lot of confidence from Leicester fans. Lox, I'm one of those who always, just as I think we're going to beat a team nice and comfortable, the wheels can fall off. What's your views on it before match?
Yeah, I mean, I was very confident against Braga, and that was a bit of a roller coaster game, wasn't it? To be fair, I'm seeing a lot of comments on Twitter on here as well. People saying about a negative team. I'm not really sure on how. I mean, it's a very similar team to how we played against Man City. What was the score? 5-2, was it? So I'm not too sure what some people. I mean, I don't know if people are referring to Dennis Pratt, being in there instead of Barnes, but I think we're a better side with Dennis Pratt in there. We're a bit, a lot more stable, balanced when he's in. So, yeah, I think we'll win. I do think we'll win, and I think we'll have a couple goals in it as well. A couple goal advantage. But yeah, I mean, we're still without Soyuncu, we're still without Ricardo, we're still without Castagna, we're still without Ndidi. So, we haven't got a full strength team. And when you look at the team that we are playing, the team that we've lined up tonight, I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's capable of. I mean, look where it's got us so far. We're fourth, with now an opportunity to go joint top. Just under on goal difference. So, yeah.
Unless we win 6-0, and then we'll go top.
Yeah. So I get the positivity. To be fair, I do understand it. I'm really positive as well. But yeah, just some comments going about saying that it's a negative team. I think that's wrong. I don't think it's a negative team at all. Not at all.
Right, it's about time for me to let Tom take the reins, please, if you can. Thanks, Ross. Thanks, Jamie.
See you later.
We'll see you later. Enjoy your fish supper and you go enjoy that. Jamie, I've got to go and make it quickly. A quick sarnie. That's all I'm going to have. That's why I'm getting hungry. Thinking about
it's super noodles. Stuart Darnett's super noodles on it.
Well, Tom just said, who came on, said he was going to have pasta and gravy. That sounds absolutely rank.
That sounds northern to me.
Yes, he's from Leicester. Listen, chaps, we'll see you back at half time. Anybody who is watching, everybody who's watching, please, if you're watching on Twitter and Periscope, please give us a retweet and share this. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like and share the content. And YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you at half time, lads. Come on, Leicester.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Well, Tom, what did you say you're having for dinner, mate? Did you say?
I haven't said, actually. I haven't even had a look. I've literally walked in the door 5 minutes before work, chucked on my top and come into the shed. That has been it. Said hello to the kids, quick kiss and a cuddle, and off to bed, and darted into the shed for the night. But look, I mean, we talk about negativity again. I don't get why. I mean, we're looking at the team. I mean, bar Harvey Barnes, who else would you put in there at the moment? I mean, Barnes hasn't been playing that good. I mean, yes, he's done well bits and pieces, but I think putting Pratt back into there, he wants to play Maddison. If you're going to swap one, you'd be Maddison for Barnes. That's the only one you'd say could swap at the moment. Dennis Pratt, for me, isn't negativity. We win more games and score more goals with Pratt in it than we do without him. So the stats don't lie. I honestly feel when we're saying Dennis Pratt would be playing in the Ndidi role, he's not. Dennis Pratt is pushed on further. We're leaving Tielemans sitting deeper, what opens his game up because his vision of passing is better. And all round, I'm quite happy with that team tonight. I really am. I mean, like you say, it's an attacking enough. Look, these are the games now where Rodgers has got to get the questions answered. When teams are going to come and sit deep, we don't know what Fulham are going to do yet. It'd be interesting to see after that first 10 minutes to see if Fulham will sit deep or not. If Fulham sit deep, then it's once again, can Rodgers get the team to break someone down? And that's the question against teams like Fulham, West Brom, West Ham did it and beat us. We've got to be able to beat these teams if we want to stay in that top four this season. We saw it last year against points at home, lost to Southampton, drew with Norwich. When teams come and sit deep, we don't seem to have that spark some games to break teams down. It was too many times last season we didn't have a spark or that attacking flair to break teams down. It's going to be a long night. I said 4-0 tonight. I really do think we can get a few past these, but it'll be crucial to get that first goal. If you get that Fulham score, then it's going to be a long, hard night with them sitting behind the ball.
Can I just say as well, I know we did say this the other night as well when we were live, Tom, but they just did a minute's applause for Papa Dupa Diop, I think his name is, and also Diego Maradona. Now, just going back to Maradona, Tom, and I just felt like I needed to say this tonight because obviously on the weekend, on Saturday, I did actually take some time to watch the documentary that came out last year. I would recommend anyone, to everyone to watch that because obviously, even though I was, obviously a fan of his from just watching clips today, now, obviously I didn't watch him when he was about, but watching old clips of him, I was very impressed and I was a big fan of him. But I recommend watching that documentary because it shows you everything, doesn't it, Tom? It shows you a proper insight into his life, what went wrong, what the amazing things he did as well on the pitch. So I highly recommend that. Definitely.
I mean, what a player he was. You can't look. You can never forget what he did in '86. But the second goal he scored in that semi-final was just absolutely class. If you haven't seen it, watch it. He dribbles from the halfway line on the most bobbliest pitch in the world. He keeps it in control and destroys us. I mean, it was probably one of the best. If he hadn't done what he'd done, go back. Vardy's breaking down the right hand side, 1-on-1, loses the ball. Poor touch from Vardy there because he'd opened up her, but we've won the ball back. But let's say if you don't get a chance, just have a look at Maradona. I said it the other night. The bloke was a legend, and for a lot rightly so. Legends for me gets chucked around too much nowadays, and world class players. He was more than world class. He was just absolutely out of this world, and it's so sad that at 60 years of age that Maradona's gone, and we will never hear more tales of what he did over his career. It's all about what happened in the past. So, like I say, get a chance to watch his documentaries, watch anything about the bloke. Yeah, poorly timed for me to bring up the subject anyway as the game starts. But just to let you know, guys, yes, we have kicked off. I'm sure most of you are watching anyway on the telly. But we're now just over 1.5 minutes in. We had a little chance there to break with Vardy. Did lose the ball. But yeah, Tom, your prediction was 4-0. I'm going to go with 3-1 today. I think 3-1. That's a nasty. That's a nasty challenge on Justin. So Robertson's come over and kicked Justin right on the ankle as he's cleared the ball, but the referee's not giving any card or anything. I mean, for me, doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes into the game. It's a yellow card offence there. He's absolutely clattered him, and there's no need for that. Yeah.
Obviously, Phil and the guys were talking, Tom, before the match about the team selection and things like that. obviously a big talking point tonight. Well, there's two. Yeah, well, no. I think the biggest talking point tonight is Barnes. You know, some people discussing Barnes not being on the pitch. Sorry, Fulham are just on the break
Fulham
here.
Breaking, put inside Lookman, the danger man for me. I said it before kick-off. He was one. That's a great tackle, Tillemans.
Yeah,
well done there, lad. Breaks a play. Madison will turn. That'll be a free kick, referee. Straight to the back of him.
But yeah, Barnes. What you thought? Barnes not being on the pitch today, Tom?
I mean, Barnes is very frustrating at times. I said it before. He can have a moment of brilliance from Harvey, and he'll skin a team for fun and set up a goal, and then he'll have the most, like Fulham for me, Liverpool away, simple chances where, you know, if it's not on his strong right foot, then he doesn't score. I mean, he proved me on the other night. His finish against Braga with his left foot first time was that sensational to put it in the top corner from there. But the amount of chance he gets, he's got to do more with them for me. And again, you could say it's not attacking tonight, but I think there's enough flair out there in Madison, Tillemans and Vardy, who came on the other night against Braga and opened Braga up for fun to win this game comfortably tonight. I mean, I don't get where more you can be more attacking on that pitch. I mean, yes, you could say Harvey Barnes, but you lose that, for me, stability with Pratt being out of the team at the moment. And Dennis Pratt's, for me, just has to be on that team sheet every week. If you're going to drop someone, then Madison probably be the one who comes in and out of the team. But it's so hard. You've got so many good players, but it's a difficult call at the moment with Barnes. Some weeks he can be a well beater. Other weeks you think, what's he doing in the team? Yeah,
I mean, we're talking on Pratt there, guys. I won't get the stat up because it's really long to read. But basically, to summarise, we score more often and we concede less often when Pratt is in the team. And that's just one of them stats which kind of show a lot, really, isn't it, Tom? It just shows the difference in the team when he is on the pitch. But yeah, Fulham win the ball back here. They're going to have a chance to break.
Tillemans trying to overplay. Tillemans brilliant before. He's lost the ball in the middle of the park. He'll come down the left-hand side and Justin will clear it into the right back, Robinson, and it'll be a goal kick. I mean, Tillemans...
Just behind, by the way, mate. Just behind me. Yeah, just letting you know.
Yeah, Tillemans did a great play there for me. A great build-up to get the ball and turn, and then literally should have looked for the 5-yard pass, and before he knew it, the Fulham player nicked it off him, and Fulham were on the attack.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Look, 4 minutes.
4:35.
Yeah, that's one more.
Yeah, so obviously Lookman, you know, he had that awful embarrassing moment. The other week against West Ham, he did a come again. Tried to Panenka it, but I mean, he's a tricky player, Tom. He's got a lot of pace about him, and I don't know who Fulham played. It was Everton, wasn't it? He played really well against Everton last week. Fulham did lose 3-2, but they did play well, and Lookman was one of them. So, yeah, definitely some players there. I mean, Mitrovic is on the bench. I was quite surprised at that. He's definitely a danger.
Tom Kearney, mate, another one I thought would have played tonight. I love Tom Kearney, cracking left-footed player, but again, just some reason, just doesn't really step up to the Premiership enough. You can see him in the Championship; he'll destroy teams, but for some reason, it's a poor ball. Really, tried to overplay again in certain areas. We should have just taken a bit more time. In the forward pass was on, but it was just executed poorly there from Johnny Evans to Mendy.
See, for me, Tom, that moment there, obviously, just with that poor pass. I mean, we did. That's what one of the problems were. You know, not just against Braga, against Liverpool. We just couldn't keep hold of. We couldn't keep possession in midfield. There were some lazy passes, and I think that's something that I'm sure Brendan would try and sort out really for going into this game. Because look, say all you want about Fulham being second from bottom, you're not in the Premier League if you're not a good side, and they are a good side. They can cause problems. Any team can. So. We've got to be careful.
I mean, if you look at now, Fulham are not even closing us down barely. I mean, only time they clone us if we're getting 40 yards into the goal. Ball across the box will be cleared by Fulham. Bar that, Fulham are happy to sit deep and not even come out and try and tackle us. They are literally blocking the space. Like we said, we knew they were going to come and do it, and these are the games now where Rodgers has got to work out how to get past people. Madison will keep it in. Oh, he'll give it away, and that's not a free kick. No, referee. Fuchs fouls the bloke, but for me, Fuchs just stands up to his man and the bloke runs into him and falls over there. I think that's very soft. Loftus-Cheek's playing for them. Loftus-Cheek is not a bad player. He's an England international at times, so they've got some quality in their teams when they need it.
Yeah, what you got on you now, Tom? You got a beer or
Corona? No beer tonight. Early start and driving tomorrow morning, mate. So
not on Monday.
Not on a Monday, mate.
Areola as well. Sorry, mate. I spoke to Matthew from Fulham Focus on Friday on my show. Matthew did point out areola, which I believe is also a term for a part of the nipple, I found out. But yeah, he's also Fulham's goalkeeper, just to let you know.
That should be kept.
But apparently, he's a quality keeper. I'm sure he played for. I can't remember who it was. I'm sure it was PSG. He's played for. Let me find out. Yeah,
Google search. Leicester
areola.
Anyway. Fulham will
See,
kick
as soon
the
as
ball
I type in, areola, you can imagine what comes up. Alfonso Areola played for PSG, and he made 75 appearances. PSG. He's played for Villarreal. He also played 4 games for Real Madrid on loan, and now he's on loan at Fulham. He's got 4 caps for France as well. France in main team. So yeah, he did put him out, and apparently I haven't seen much of him in the Premier League. Fulham, they haven't had a great start, but I'm sure. There we go. I'm sure he'll be able to kind of keep us, hopefully for them, keep us quiet. But Bobby De Cordova.
Yeah, Bobby Reid.
Bobby Reid.
I'm calling Bobby Reid. I'm not going to try the middle name.
Bobby De Cordova. Smart.
Yeah. I mean, 8 minutes in, and the possession is 73 to 27 at the moment, so it is all Leicester. I don't think we started bad. I just don't think we used the ball clever enough. I think we're just a lot of sideways passes, a lot of backwards passes. And again, Leicester just put themselves under pressure, trying to play too quickly at times. I think tonight it's going to be about getting the ball forward in and around the area, and then trying the quick passes, the little 1-2s, and trying to unlock for them. Because, like we see, I mean, look at them now. They're more than happy to let Leicester pass the ball on the back four and jog backwards. They're not.
Does that worry you at all?
It doesn't really worry me. It just shows you very well. I'm not going to say moan, because I don't think you can moan, because we saw what happened against Man City. We did it ourselves. It's a tactic. It works. It's not negative. It's a tactic that Scott Parker thinks can win the game by them sitting deep and breaking on us. I honestly feel that's probably why he's played Cavallo, is it, or Cavanio? Used to be the Wolves player up front for them tonight, because he's got pace. Mitrovic hasn't got pace, so he's got no threat going forward by playing a big man. If you look at the wingers, Bobby Reid, Lookman, they've all got pace. They want to sit deep and counter-attack us because they know they can. Fulham, West Ham did it brilliantly down here. They blocked us off and then went long a couple of times and got a look and joy going in behind. So I would feel that's why he's probably picked the team he's picked tonight. He's gone for really quick players up front. Let Leicester have the ball, come forward, soak up the pressure as much as you can, and just hope you get a one break to bomb down the flanks.
Yeah, I mean, someone's put we're missing Barnes. We haven't been energetic enough. I don't think there's any truth behind that. We can't. Tillemans will have a shot. Oh no, he takes it on.
Oh, deflected. It'll be cleared. Who's got the ball? Maddison wins it back, and it'll be a throw to Fulham. What are we? 10 minutes and 16 seconds in. I must still be behind you.
10 minutes and what?
20, 21.
No, yeah, spot on, mate. Spot on. Maybe a second out, but splitting hairs and all that.
Fulham will win it back. Justin will win it. Tillemans on the ball. Tillemans will look a ball over the top. Vardy's in behind it. Vardy will go. The defender's coming over to cover and head it back. But it was a good idea. We're looking for the space. Imagine Cambiasso in this midfield. Yeah, Esteban, what a player he was. One of the best I've ever seen at Leicester. Look, I mean, you could talk about Vardy and Mahrez, but this, for me, Cambiasso, I mean, he knew where the ball was 10 seconds before anyone else knew the ball was on the pitch. The amount of balls he used to spread right wide in that season. And the first half of the season, the players didn't know to make the runs because, he's not going to get it. Where the second part, that bit where he went on that 7-game unbeaten, if you look at some of the passes he made in those games, I mean, the players were already making the runs before it came to Cambiasso because he knew he could hit it. Just absolute class, mate.
Yeah, Fofana will be wanting to kind of have a bit of a better performance tonight, Tom, won't he? I mean, made a few mistakes over the last 2 games, just diving in. Obviously, with that third goal for Braga as well, to be fair, when he came on, I think, and it wasn't just him who came on, of course, it was Madders and Tillemans as well, but I think we looked a lot more energetic when he came on the pitch. But he does dive in a bit too much. Sometimes he likes to get in front of the defender, Tom. So I'm sure that's something which, the staff at the training ground will be trying to kind of cut out of his game a little bit.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think if you look at it, Sancho was the same. Sancho's first 4 or 5 games, I remember Fulham away playing, and he dived in on the touchline, got skinned by Kamaru, who then slotted it into the back post. He was going nowhere, and he slid out of play. If you remember the game, 1-1 draw, I think it was at the time. But he's a young lad. He's got to learn the game. I said the other night against Braga when he made the mistake again, he dived in. He then dived in a couple of minutes later. Just sometimes teams are going to start working you out when you do that, and all they'll say is just wait for him to dive. Make sure you get the flick. Either he's going to take you out and get booked early on, or you're going to do him and get in behind him. And once you're in behind, no offense to Fuchs and Johnny Evans, but if you're quick, you ain't going to catch. He ain't going to catch you, and you're getting that free running. I like Fofana. I think generally he's got a good awareness where he needs to be on the pitch, and we've seen that. The Wolves game, he was brilliant. Most of the games have been brilliant, but the last couple probably just started to tell his weakness. Madison flicks it around the defender, but unlucky. Fulham win the ball on the halfway line. They'll break down the right hand side. The ball go to Loftus Cheek. He'll run at Fuchs. Fuchs deflected off Fuchs, and he'll go out for a corner kick to Fulham.
Yeah, I mean, what was I going to say? I can't remember now, mate, if I'm honest. Oh, yeah, I saw someone on Twitter earlier referring to Fofana as a box-to-box centre-back. I've not heard that one before, but you can see where I saw where he was coming from. I mean, he's definitely a ball-playing defender, obviously, but he does like to drive up that pitch sometimes. And very similar, I think Maguire used to do that as well for us. If you found a bit of space, Maguire, he weren't afraid to run with it.
Don't like that. Was conceded from set pieces most this season. Leicester with 6 goals.
Well, there we go. Yeah. They will have a chance to get the ball in.
Well, someone to put Fofana will learn from Fuchs and Evans. Of course, we'll learn from Wes Morgan. You even got 3 better players to go when you come in and put your arm around you after a poor game and go, right, you need to do this. You've got to stop doing that. And also, I think Rodgers is a very, very good manager, and he's not going to be hard to put his arm around him and say, all right, you've made a mistake here, you made a mistake there. We've shown enough faith in you after the first 7 games to show what good talented you are and how much you're getting raved about by not just the fans, but by pundits everywhere raving. I mean, listening to, I'm going to say his name, Chris Sutton the other night, he was raving, Savage was raving how good this young 19-year-old centre-back is and could be even better.
Yeah.
Free kick to Fulham, yeah. Edge of the area, 20 yards out we're looking at. Ball was ricocheting round and it fell on the edge. Tielemans goes to clear, miss it, falls to Lookman. Mendy, late by Mendy. He's taking his ankles out. I mean, it is unlucky. It's wet. The rain's tipping it down in Leicester by the looks of it. He's gone in and caught him. I can't even moan at that. That's fair. It is a free kick.
Just looking outside. It is raining. Quite bad.
No, it's not in Redditch, mate. It's just it absolutely belting it down.
This is a dangerous area. Someone put it. It is a dangerous area. I mean, I'm not too sure on their situation with free kicks, who they've got to take it, what they're like.
Be more concerned if Kearney was on the pitch because he loves a free kick in those.
Imagine it was Ward Prowse.
I mean, for me, mate, so it'd be Loftus Cheek is standing over this one.
Lookman, I think, mate.
Oh, is it Lookman? Sorry, Lookman to take this. Right-footed, swings over the wall and over the crossbar.
Sorry, just to say as well, someone's asked, I'm guessing so they can match up. We are on 15 minutes 30. Now, so just if you want to rewind or something, whatever, just pause it a little bit if you want to match up with us.
Moss is the ref. Memories of the hope. Moss ain't the referee.
Is he not? No, he's not.
I saw John Moss tonight.
Let's have a look who it is. Oh, it's I can't think of his name. The bold one, isn't it?
Fuchs down the left.
But the memories of West Ham. That worked great.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I'm probably the only one who ever said it at the time. I couldn't get my head around what the big was. The first time as soon as he did it, I went and everyone screamed, he's going to give a free kick there. It was just too obvious what Vardy had done. He'd gone across his man and he was looking for the penalty. And I said it at the time, I said, Vardy get one this season where he's not going to go for him. Barnes, Dennis Pratt tried to nick one around the corner, and if he had, he was in down that right-hand side on the edge of the area. But I just felt at the time I did not think it was a penalty to Leicester. And I think we see nowadays what frustrates us more fans that the amount of people that go down in the box and nothing is given. But then last night, Troy went down in the box and I felt that it wasn't a free kick. It wasn't a penalty and it wasn't a yellow card offence. He's tripped and gone down.
Was that the Rob Holding?
He knocked him past him, but he trips him. He's not gone down on purpose there. The second half one it is, man. I just thought he got booked for it, and I'm like,
did you see what he shouted?
No, I didn't see what he shouted.
Oh, right, okay.
I'll see
basically, obviously with no fans, and you can hear what the players say sometimes. And obviously, I won't say word for word, but Rob Holding shouted, "He's built like a brick house." How's he gone down there? Which I suppose.
If you look at it, I think at the time he kicks the floor. Just into the box, and that'll be a free kick.
Okay.
Really close to the area. Great play by James Justin with very quick feet. Yes, definitely a yellow card there for Reed, who's been playing well for them this season. Oh, that was close. So close to the penalty area. I mean, fair play to Justin. It's a great run. He's skinned his man. The ball be literally, a foot from the 18-yard line.
I fancy this.
Maddison, Fuchs, both standing over it. It is past the post by quite some distance. We're talking more to the corner of the 18-yard box, but it's in a great position if Maddison wants to whip it back across the goalkeeper. Straight into the wall. Tillemans shoots off the post. Fofana! Oh, it's a crossbar! Oh my God, how have Leicester not scored in that last 30 seconds of play?
Let's have a look. So Maddison hits this. It bounces off the wall. Tillemans hits it first time on the volley.
Fofana's onside, and he's hit the crossbar.
Was he onside?
He was onside. Someone running out had played on for me. I'd love to see a replay of the angle. He's lifted it straight into the crossbar. That was the chance to break through because Fulham have been sitting deep.
Wow. I mean, I don't think the keeper saw that shot from Tillemans, mate. He was left for dead there, and it just hits the post, and obviously, falls out for Fofana. Fofana can't quite get his feet together, and he hits the crossbar. So, I mean, imagine I had the Fofana bet on today on Baldy Lox. I would be absolutely bricking it.
Oh, mate, just a little bit. Oh, God, that was so unlucky. There you go. If there was a chance, you get that early goal, and Fulham have got to come out and try and play. So, 19 minutes in? It's one of those nights so far. We've not had many chances, really, spot on, and that was the first major one after 19 minutes for Fofana and Fuchs hitting the post and then the crossbar.
Yeah, now Fulham will have a chance to break. They're playing a little bit slow going forward, though. Who is the guy you got booked there for the foul on Justin, mate? Who is it?
It's Reed. Reed. Got booked for Fulham. Yeah.
Is that Harrison? I'm thinking Harrison.
Harrison Reed, he was at Southampton, mate. I think he's on loan at Fulham again. He was on loan last season there as well to get some game time. Very highly rated again through the ranks, I think, in England's under 21s and everything. Good little player in the centre of the park.
Yeah. Someone's put here about Jimenez. Awful collision of heads that Tom won it yesterday. I mean, good luck to him. I hope obviously he recovers well. But yeah, that was dreadful. It
was one of the worst sounds I think I've heard watching a football match. The collision, it was such a bang when it happened. Yeah. I think it's a fractured skull, isn't it, Tom? I think he's got. I think so. I haven't seen a report today from it. I know that they said he was making recovery last night and that he's all right. But yeah, I don't see him playing much part now between now and the end of the season for Wolves. No. I mean, you look at when that happened to Petr Cech, mate. Ian Hume. Yeah, of course. Hume's was bad on, and that player, I've never liked him anyway. We won't talk about his name because he's a disgrace. He's not a footballer at all. He never was. He's just a brutality of a centre half that like to hurt people. Yeah. I mean, Leicester have just been playing around at the back, really. Nothing has happened in the last 30 seconds. Fuchs wins a free kick after foul by Loftus-Cheek. But again, trying to overplay there for me, and we were lucky we got a free kick on a wet, greasy service. Fuchs started to slip away. Someone said Fofana's changed his hair. I think he's gone platinum now. I think. Ball comes back to Justin. Back to Pratt. Pratt will hold it up in the edge of the right. He'll try and play, but he'll go out for the throw to Leicester. We look like we can cause problems. Fulham don't look great at the back still. They do look 16 sessions at time, and they are literally hanging on for the lives to periods with how they're trying to defend. Yeah, sorry. Paul has said, I'm in Greece. Whereabouts in Greece are you, Paul? Let us know. He says, I'm still wearing shorts. Wow, lucky.
To be fair, I'm still wearing shorts, but I just shouldn't be wearing them. Fulham are going to drive forward it. I think that's Frank Anguissa, I think his name is.
Why's Barnes not playing? We don't know why Barnes ain't playing. He's on the bench. It's a decision by, the gaffer tonight that he wanted to play Pratt.
Yeah, someone's put, I think Fofana is a class player, but just needs a better trim. I don't think it's that. I think it suits him. Like, if I did that to my hair, it won't suit me. I look like, what did I say last week? Ken from Benidorm. If you don't know who Ken from Benidorm is, Google it, and then you'll understand why. But yeah, I think it suits him. He looks like a player that's about to join bloody Real Madrid or something like that. But yeah.
Let's just playing it around at the back again. I mean, it's been some period of time now since we pushed forward a little bit, but it comes down the right with Justin. I do like this formation with the wing backs. I think we look better with it. I think it frees up those wing backs even more. And like you're saying, with the talk of Pereira playing on Thursday, Sainchi playing Thursday, and Diddy playing Thursday, I mean, this really opens up our options going into a hectic Christmas period. Having those three players back, plus Timmy Cassagna, I mean, I don't know how far he is on a return. I know he's still got a slight hamstring injury.
Yeah. Paul says an island called McGinnessy. So, yeah, I love Greece. It's one of my favourite places, to be fair. Athens, Kos, Rhodes, Crete, love it. So how did you find yourself there, Paul? So whatever you did, I want to follow in your footsteps, mate. I'd love to be living in Greece. Be beaut. But yeah, let's see some of the comments. You're not lying, he does. Are you on about Ken from Benidorm? Because that's me. Maximus reckons 2-0 Vardy scores a brace. Well, the Baldy Locks bet today, Tom, is a hat-trick. Vardy scores a hat-trick. Then
that'll be a card by Fofana. Oh no, he won the ball.
Wow.
I thought he bad in there. I actually thought Fofana's getting a booked. He flung himself in there quite rashly, if I'm honest with you. It wasn't a sensible tackle to make. But referee said, play on, you've won the ball. Fuchs will have it wide. It'll go to Thomas. Thomas will run at his man. Oh, he's done him, but he's got the ball back. He'll cross it. Fuchs, steps over from Vardy at the front post. No one in behind him. There's only one man in the box, and that was Justin at the back post. Fuchs will whip it in. The goalie will get it. But again, at times, Fulham looks so shaky at the back. You can get in around the back of them, you've got a chance.
Someone says, sounds Irish. Who? Who sounds Irish? Not me. Tom, I think it's you. No, it's not you, mate. It's definitely not you. It's more likely to be me. But yeah, let me... please, there we go. Any predictions? Yeah, I said 3-1. Tom says 4-0. 4-0, Tom.
4-0 Vardy hat-trick, I did say before.
Who should we sign this summer? I mean, we may as well talk about it, Tom. What position are you thinking, mate?
It's got to be a striker, isn't it? I think we all know that's going to be the area. Brendan's going to be looking at strengthening the team. If you look at the rest of the pitch, get Johnny tied down to another 2-3 year contract. He's still got it in him. He's a Rolls Royce of a defender. You've got your wingers now, probably signed under on a permit, depending how the next few months goes. For me, though, you need that option. That's where we're like, Samani will leave the club at the end of the season. We all know that. The next bit is getting that striker who's like Vardy. Ball across the box.
Just like Man City.
Dennis Pratt with the ball hard driven low across the box, and Vardy tries the audacious Vardy flick into the near post, and the goalie saves it. But fair play again, Justin. Bit like the Wolves game, Justin plays the ball down the line. Liner keeps his flag down. It was being a close. What cool that would have been to see if he was on and offside from the first place. And Vardy tries to flick at the near post, what nearly pulls off. Better play from Leicester.
Jamie says, I think my TV might be a little behind you. Jamie, if you head over to our YouTube, and watch this on YouTube instead, you can pause it and then wait for your telly to catch up, and then press play, and we'll coincide. So I don't think Facebook lets you pause and rewind and all of that.
We're on 26 minutes and 25 seconds now.
Yeah, 26. And if you need us to tell you again, once you've done it, let us know. I'll tell you what it is. Leon Bailey's a good shout. I mean, I think that might cost a bit of money, to be fair. Little wonder kid. Jamie Vardy. Oh, and by the way, guys, sorry, if you are watching YouTube and if you can drop us a super chat, then that'll be much, much appreciated. And also, please click the subscribe button on YouTube. Get us nearer to that 6,000. But yeah, that's or Zaha. What do you think of Zaha, Tom?
I feel sorry for him. He went to Man U at too young an age and his career disappeared. But again, he's now 28, coming into 29. I mean, if he was going to go a big club or anything, or any big club thought anything decent, Brook will have the ball and lose it on the edge here. But Fulham have it.
Oh.
They'll go to the left back. Robinson straight into the Casper. I mean, that's too easy. That was poor defending by Leicester. They had a really good chance there. And for me, Robinson should be doing better and keeping it hard and low for them if they want to get into this game. It's a long ball headed back by Fuchs. No midfield there to win the second ball. And Lookman played wide for Robinson to shoot. But again, that was a bit too easy for my liking that we got opened up.
Yeah, I mean, you see Fofana trying to race there. Justin just caught out a little bit. But there was no one on there was no one on who, where the player Justin went to. There was no man on him. So I suppose, swings and roundabouts and all that.
Oh, Vardy go down the line. And the cover of a defender by Fulham will clear it. Fulham will lose it. Maddison will pick it up on the edge of the pitch. Come inside to Tielemans. Tielemans will run with the ball. He'll find Pratt, edge of the area. Pratt, go wide. He'll go to Justin. Pulls it back. Oh, just deflects over Vardy's head. Maddison in the box. Coming into the box. He's on the edge. He does a little step over. Again, it will be Thomas with a cross. Headed out by Fulham. It's all Leicester at the moment, really. And Fulham are just defending for the lives with bodies at the back at the moment. It's just numbers that's stopping Leicester getting this first goal.
Jack Grealish in this team, Tom. Can never see that happening. Never see that happening.
I would sign Grealish. The bloke's an absolute well beater. I don't care what anyone says about him falling over. He does fall over too easy, but that's Jack Grealish.
Well, it's not good when it's against us. If it was
no, of course not. But you got look. The boy's talented. The boy's got something special in at the moment. You'd say that Grealish is ahead of Maddison in the pecking order for England because of his performances for Villa.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Maddison at the moment has been unlucky with injuries. Dennis Pratt will tackle back, miss the ball. Lookman's in on goal, 1-on-1, and scores 1-0 to Fulham.
It is 1-0. Leicester hit on the counter-attack there. Dennis Pratt tried to, I suppose he was looking to take one for the team there, Tom, when he dived in. But yeah, Fulham have gone ahead here through Ademola Lookman, and it is 1-0 Fulham, which is not great at all.
Leicester lose the ball on the edge area. Tielemans gave the ball away, trying to pass. Pratt dash back, try and get a foul in. I mean, he's onside. He's not even going to get close. He's onside. Johnny tries to step up to play him off, but he can't get back in time. And Lookman runs in and slots the ball home with a comfortable finish. I mean, Pratt's unlucky. He does try and get the tackle in, but he just moves the ball away. And
what do you think to Fofana there going to that man, mate?
I suppose once Pratt's missed it, he's got to come out. He's got no other option but then close the ball down. But it leaves you open to the straight ball in behind, and Lookman made a great run in behind him there. I mean, it's a lovely finish by Lookman. You've got to give credit where it's due, but all down to our own fault that everyone, holding the ball up too much, and poor pass by Tielemans to Maddison, and we saw it against West Ham, that one ball in behind, and it's cost us.
Yeah, mate, not good at all, that. Absolutely not. I mean, you said earlier on, Tom, the reason that he's probably dropped Mitrovic for this is because of the pace. They could hurt us with the pace and the counter-attack, and that's exactly what they've done. 1-0 Fulham, 30 minutes in.
And we've had all the play again, all the possession, caused them a couple of chances, but never had a clear-cut one. They have their first clear-cut chance of the game and scored from it. That's clinical for Fulham there, really, because they knew after the performance of West Brom winning on Sunday night, they had to get another win to keep up. Into the box, Vardy. Vardy will pull it back. Oh, over the crossbar by the centre-half. He slides in, misses it, and it's a tap-in for Pratt at the back post. But that was better from Leicester. Got the ball in between the lines, won it back quickly, turned, and Maddison spins the ball in for Vardy straight away. Vardy plays it across the area. And bar Pratt, no one else is in the box. Again, not enough numbers in the box to cause Fulham problems at the moment.
Let's see some reaction to that goal. Still reckon we'll win 4-1. Colin says Fofana couldn't do anything there. Jono says we're playing far too slow. Fulham will probably park the bus.
Wow. Onto Fofana's head. Vardy held it down. It's Johnny Evans in the box. It's pinball, but it'll be cleared by Fulham now.
They'll have a chance to break again.
We all knew that was going to happen. They were going to come and park the bus. Fulham will break again. Looking down the right-hand side. He's running. He's quick. He's got the ball. He'll cut inside. He'll step over. Don't foul him. Good play, Tillemans. Yuri Tillemans with a great challenge on the edge of the area. But the ball will come back to Fulham. Bobby Reid. Fulham are playing at the moment, not like the team who could get the next goal.
See, mate, what I will say as well, and I'm not like, because I'm a big fan of this system, mate. I'm a big fan of this system, the formation, all of that. It's just obviously on the break again when teams are countering us, you do get those diagonal balls, don't you, behind the fullbacks, either in where fullbacks would be, and sometimes they can punish you through that. And I think that has been the only problem we've faced really with this formation, mate. Those diagonal balls. I think Liverpool exploited that massively. So did Braga. Fulham just then. I mean, it is a problem, but I just feel like I don't know. I still think it's the best system that we've played. We
look more attacky going forward at times playing the formation because you're pushing your fullbacks on so on. You're just having a back three. So it means a 4-3-3. A 3-4-3 in theory, but like you say, it leaves you exposed at the time. And
it's a lazy ball from Fofana.
It's lazy, but he's trying to overplay for me there. There was a simple 5-yard ball. I mean, people say that we don't need to play these 5-yard passes, but ref. I thought that was a foul error on Tillemans, but refs played on. Look for the ball in behind. It'll go to Bobby Reid, but it'll run out of play. I mean, again, they're looking for those balls in behind our fullbacks every time at the moment to try and get the joy. Like I said before, that's why they played Reid and Lookman tonight. They know where the problems. Leicester can get exploited. I mean, look at the ball. It's a long ball over the top. It's a chance for Lookman away at the second one. I mean, fair play to here. Tillemans comes over and covers him, doesn't dive in, and makes sure that he gets something on the ball to then win it back. Pratt with it on the right hand side. Pratt just passed it. Simple ball there for me from Dennis. Tried to again. It's at times that the players are taking that one too many touch when they should just be looking for that final little 5-yard ball. Ball over the top down the left hand side. It's got to be offside, referee, for me there. Fuchs will come over, Fulham will, and Casper will clear up and get the ball back. But again,
there weren't anything in that.
Nah, they're both colliding in the box for me.
Someone says, "Can we play every?" Jay says, "Can we play every game away from home?"
It's just a bit frustrating because we've had all the play, we've had 1 or 2 half chances, but we haven't created a clear-cut one. I mean, okay, we've hit the post and the crossbar, but they were, they hit the post. It means just a shot out of nothing from Tillemans, really. The second one from Fofana, you're probably expecting the net to burst from how close it was. It's literally at the crossbar, but then really bar them two, we haven't created enough. Everything's been too slow in the build-up play. Everything's been too, not enough bodies in and around the box. When we've got in there, we've only had one man in there plus the person with the ball. We've got to try and open Fulham up now, and it's even harder with him having that goal lead to try and open teams up who have come to park the bus. We saw that against Norwich last year.
Yeah.
Free kick to Fulham, dived in by Mendy and fouls. I mean, there's not much you can argue there. It's a blatant diving.
Come on, Leicester win. Yeah, frustrating, as you said, mate. Very frustrating. But, we can still... I mean, someone put here... let me find it. Someone referred to Ross's prediction. Hopefully, Ross Howard is right. He said we will go goal down and win 3-1. We've done it before. We can do it again. Something needs... I don't know. We haven't been clinical enough, mate, have we? Really? We haven't at all. But, yeah, we're getting chances. We just need to put them away. It's as simple as that. Are they checking VAR here?
They are checking VAR. Possible foul.
Surely not.
So basically what's happened, the ball came over the top. Fuchs come over to cover it. Oh, they're going to the referee's going to go and look at the monitor here. So the ball came over the top. I know, I'm just thinking that. So the ball comes over the top. Fuchs comes over to clears it, misses the ball. Lookman sorts to me runs into him more than Fuchs tries to foul him. And then
it's going to be given, mate.
Bobby goes down. I know I can see it now. That's not a penalty though. He's hit his back leg. How can you give a penalty there for me? He's not in looking at the man. Oh, he's going to give a penalty to Fulham.
Guys, it's a penalty to Fulham.
Fuchs fouled.
I don't know what to say.
VAR now.
I really don't know what to say. Bobby Reid's grabbed the match ball here. He's passed it to, is that Carvalho? Number
Yeah, he
17.
missed last week when he kicked it over the crossbar, but 36 minutes gone and a penalty to Fulham. This could be 2-0 already, and oh, what a poor start this would be to the, a game that we all thought we had a chance of winning.
3 penalties this year this season out of 4. They'll be wanting to put that right, but yeah. Oh well. Here it is. Schmeichel trying to play some mind games there, standing over the ball. He'll walk back into the net now. Carvalho will take this.
Come on, Schmeichel, we need you here, kid. Don't get me wrong, I still feel we can get back in this game at 2-0 if it goes in, but what a poor start. I mean, consider we were all over them, possession and everything like that, but
Take a penalty.
And goal for Fulham, 2-0. What can you say?
Leicester 0, Fulham 2.
Wow.
Heart-wrenching, but
didn't see this coming tonight. Did not see this coming tonight. Again, what we said, we can't break teams down who sit deep. Kasper went the right way, but in fairness, he's got the height of it to go over Kasper and into the top of the net. Scott Parker celebrates on the touchline by punching the air, and I mean, fair play to him. He's going to be happy. His tactics have worked. They've come away from home. They're 2-0 up. We can't break teams down, and once again, two balls and the breaks on us, and they've got a penalty and a goal. I mean, what can you say? It's not. Again, Brendan's got to try and work out how to get teams to break, the opposition down when they sit deep.
Yeah, I mean, I want to get your thoughts on this comment here, mate. Complacency. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? It was a problem last year, I think. It was.
I don't know. It's hard to say if it's complacency. I mean, that term, but it's also the frustration is that we can't break teams down. I mean, like you say, we've had one chance in 38 minutes. We've had one clear-cut chance when Fofana hits the crossbar. That is it. I can't count any more chances. I can't count Vardy going through one-on-one or anything like that. We've got the ball, referee. But why? Where's the advantage? If he lets it play on Vardy's turn and he's going into the box.
Yeah, I think we need a goal before half time here, mate, don't we? Big time.
Half time, he's going to have to change it. That's not a foul, referee. Come off it.
Mate, I'll just be 1 minute, mate.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Like I say, Fulham will have a free kick in they're off on the left back position. It'll be a free kick to Fulham. Will be 39 minutes. I mean, I'll ask the question to the fans: where do you change it? We're so moving the ball. John has just said it there. So slow. The possession. We've got the possession, but we're moving the ball so slow. Where do you change it at half time? Who do you bring on? Do you bring on Harvey Barnes, take Pratt off? Do you bring Nacho on and play him up front with Vardy and try and go it? Do you go 4 at the back and go 4-4-2 and try and be a bit more, direct with it? You've got to change something at the moment. Fulham at 2-0 up and playing it around for fun. It'll be a free kick to Fulham here. Oh, frustrating night. Really frustrating again, but we've come up against one of the teams struggling for points and goals, and typical Leicester, 2-0 down to Fulham after 40 minutes and seem to have no idea how to break a team down who sit deep. Really, though, but where do you make the changes? That's the question now. Half-time coming in 5 minutes. Fulham will have another chance. Saved by Kasper. That could have been easy, 3-0. A simple free kick, roll the ball down the line. Ball goes in behind. And is it Luckerman again? That's centre half. Kasper saves it and pushes that for a corner. Again,
just how easy it is, mate.
The main concern there was hands are raised from Fana for Evans. Who's marking him? Why is it so easy? Kasper there's asking the question, what is going on? And someone just put it in the comments Lox about being slow. That's the big thing. We're so slow with the ball. I mean, I just said, what do we do? And someone just put Nacho 4-4-2 Barnes on for Pratt. I mean, we've got to change something because we can't. If you want to be challenging for the Champions League spot again, but these are games you've got to be winning. You can't be losing to Fulham at home 2-0, a game that we should have been comfortably walking for me tonight. A team that have been struggling for confidence, conceding goals for fun. I mean, wouldn't it be typical of Fulham to pick up the first clean sheet tonight against Leicester with the records we like to give away? Oh, straight out to nobody.
Do you see a change of six at half time, mate?
I think he ain't got an option. You 2-0 down to the bottom team who were second bottom of the league. We've not scored many goals this year, not conceded goals for fun, and we're making them look like a team who are challenging for top 6. Good play by Johnny Evans at the back there, winning the ball back. Dennis Pratt on the ball. I mean, Dennis hasn't really done much in the first half. I think he could be one. Tillemans could be stayed on with Maddison in the middle of the park. But you've got to change something. You've got to try and open Fulham up. I mean, now they've got a 2-goal lead. It's a lot better for Fulham than it is us with, you know, sitting deep and playing out.
Yeah, mate.
I mean, look at it. Maddison is literally running across the pitch with the ball, with no one making an option in the centre of the park. There's the ball now. There's the ball now. Maddison. There's the ball now. It's closed off because it's too slow. Turn. Play to Pratt. Maddison will take a shot and he'll go over the crossbar. It was better, but again, it was too slow. The ball was there 10 seconds before, and we didn't pass it. Fofana had to pass that ball to Maddison when he had the chance.
Yeah, mate. I see Kelechi, mate, at half time. I do. I see he's having 2 forwards up there, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. I mean,
they've gone to Rodgers, the assistant, talking, but I mean, what can you say? They're saying on Sky it's definitely a penalty. I mean, the only thing I'd say with VAR has to change. They've got to stop doing a slow-mo of things. Show it as in the real time of what the referee had seen. Because slow-mos makes things look 10 times worse every single time. And that's not like Maddison was another one. The Maddison one looked worse against Leeds than it would have done if it had been showed at the real time, because the ball could have gone anywhere. You know what I mean? Anyone could hit that. But slowing it down, you see it's clearly a penalty. For me, it should be shown at the same time as they do on a normal, you know, monitor. Foolish lineup, I'm supposed with the. I don't think it was a surprise or foolish. I think it was generally that was a team that could have gone and do their job. Yeah. If we're honest, it's another look at performance, you know, probably up there with the Liverpool game, that we haven't passed the ball well enough, we haven't created enough chances, and that's why we're 2-0 down, because 1, Fulham are sitting deep, and 2, we can't create anything, and Fulham have done that in their chance they put away. Yeah,
I mean, Leicester have had 6 shots, Fulham have had 5, we've had 1 on target, Fulham have had 4. So Fulham have had 5 shots, 4 on target. We've had 6 and 1 on target. I mean, that's what you need to see.
31% passes, 270, 133. 133 passes for them in this game so far to our 270. It's all right passing the ball, but if you're not creating chances or not going to open teams up, it doesn't matter what you do with it. I mean, there's the problem. Vardy's dropping deep now, trying to find the ball more.
Yeah, I mean, mate, if I'm honest with you, I'm just... this is going to be the best half of football Fulham have had in it since they've been promoted. I mean... 2-0 against Leicester.
It's embarrassing, if I'm honest with you, mate. You know, this don't work, and you mocked it.
It's not, mate. It's nothing to do.
But Ford didn't work at the back either.
Yeah, we've played Ford at the back against teams like this. Like, look at last season. There were teams where we played against Ford at the back. I think Norwich was one of them. We lost. So it's not this, mate. It's how we're not quick enough on the ball. We're not being decisive enough, and I think that's what the problem is. It doesn't matter if you're playing 4 at the back, 3 at the back, 6 at the back. If you're not decisive enough, if you're not quick enough, if you're not completing your passes enough, this is what's going to happen.
There we go. Ball down the right side. Dennis Pratt. Again, the ball was just too far in front of him. He holds it up well to keep it going. Maddison winning a free kick here. There's your chance, boys. 2 minutes to go to half time. We're now into injury time. 2 minutes to injury time to be played. 25 seconds gone already. For Maddison now, come on, bit of quality and a goal could make all the difference for me. I mean, it's a clear foul. I mean, that's for me yellow card offence all day long. He's not going for the ball. He's nicked it away and takes Maddison out there. You want a chance before half time? You got it.
Yeah, is the last chance really? You think in the first half for Leicester to get a ball in? Maddison will take this. Not close enough to shoot, but he'll whip one in.
The ball into the box, cleared by Fulham. Pratt with a shot. Fuchs with a drive and straight into the goalkeeper's arms. They're just going to cling on and hang this out now till half time, Fulham, and he could have. There's that one gone. You could have had the same effect as being beaten by Norwich. Totally agree. Again, another game. I know, again, VAR stopped us there. Nacho scored it first in that game, what makes all the difference. But this is awful. So passive in possession, no cutting edge and beating man. Question out there, though, is we're going to, slate players for not doing enough. Maddison hasn't done anything tonight for me again. 2 games in a row now. James Maddison has not done enough on the ball. You know, the Liverpool, this in the league I'm talking about, he did all right against Braga, I thought. But in the league, Liverpool, he was just a passenger. Tonight, for me, he's just been a passenger. The ball's going by him too much, or when he has got the ball, he hasn't created enough. But again, he's Fulham to clear again. They're just trying to be over clever now, and it's just like get the ball down, and that'll be a hard time. And it's Leicester 0, Fulham 2 in a game that, for me, Leicester, if they want to be challenging for that top 6, top 4, you've got to be winning against teams like Fulham at home. But we're 2-0 down, and we're sitting there thinking where the goal's coming from, because at the moment I don't see us scoring at the moment with this team.
And here's Phil.
It's one of those halves, isn't it, lads?
Oh, it's awful. Dire. Really poor. No quality. And what can you say if you're going to not create enough? Fulham are taking their 2 chances, even if you say it's a dodgy penalty. But
it wasn't a dodgy penalty at all. That was a penalty.
Think about it, Matt. Do you not think that the referee should be looking at it in the real time? They shouldn't be allowed to show it down, and they shouldn't be allowed to walk over to the monitor in the position where the foul's happened.
But that's VAR. That's VAR.
I know it is,
isn't
but that's for me what frustrated. Why should the referee look over where the fouls happen? It should be at the start of the play, and it should be in the real speed. I'm not disputing it's a penalty or not, but let's help the referee out they shouldn't have a full advantage of walking over and can see where the fouls happened. They should have to watch the full thing from the point of it happening. I'm not going to sit here and say that's a game changer tonight. For me, we've been poor. James Maddison's been a passenger the whole game. There's not been a touch that I can go and say he's been brilliant the first half. We've had one chance for Fana hitting the crossbar, and bar that, Fulham have come and done the job. Same as we did the job against Man City. They've been too clever, and they've worked out to drop Leicester off and counter attack.
It's not hot, lads. I'm going to let you go because you need a break. I'll let you two go. Thanks, Tom and Lox, for that first half. Get your views in, get your comments in. What the bloody hell are Leicester doing? Again, it is so easy to come and play Leicester at the King Power Stadium. Come and park the bus and play on the counter attack. We'll play 5 at the back. We'll take that long getting the ball forward. We'll create. I think we've had a few chances, but not nearly enough on target. Get your views and get your comments in there. Want to get as many comments as you can in here. Nick Moore says poor first half. Jay saying we've got restart form. Andy says we've been shocking. Do you agree with Andy? Chris says it all with emojis. Yeah. It's about right. I had some text from the Blue Van Man, because you remember Dave, Blue Van Man, came on before, and he was saying before the match, every confidence in today's game, and I think that we're going to win quite easily. A lot of fans did, and I said, is it a banana skin? Sadly, this first half, it looks like it could be, but second half, hey, we've got it all to come. Mike is thinking about changes, get Mendy off and Hamza on. What are we doing? It's a joke, says Callum. Not happy at all with that. Danny is asking the question that Leicester fans have been asking since day one of me going down to watch Leicester City in the mid-70s. Why do Leicester always do this against the teams we should win? Danny, that is who Leicester are. Get your views in, get your comments in. Mick says it's fucking awful all over the park. Santosh says we need our injured players back and change the formation to 4-1-4-1. Fuchs has been really poor today. I think, listen, was that a penalty? Get your views in or not in your views. For me, you watch it in slow motion, it's VAR. They're going to give it. As soon as I saw it in real time, I thought Fuchs had got the ball. But as soon as you watch it on the VAR slow motion, it's definitely a penalty in my books. Santosh says, hope we can come back. Why do we play again? This is a great question. CF31 on YouTube. Why do we play 3 at the back against such a shocking side? I don't know. So get your views in now. Will we have to change it? Wayne says they'll sit even deeper now if that's possible. Yes, you get a goal. Listen, if you play this way, if you come and defend, if you come and play, I'm going to park the bus. We're going to defend. We'll break away for a goal. As soon as you get the goal, you can sit even further back and defend even more. Listen, Wayne. They could have had more than the 2 they've got. They had a couple of other chances. Liam saying it's no penno that. I think it is, Liam. In today's world with VAR, the bloke nips the ball past Fuchs. Fuchs clutters into him. if Flukes didn't make that tackle, their guy would have gone on and been in a very dangerous position. It's in the penalty area. It's a penalty without a shadow of a doubt for me. Anthony's getting cross, saying tactics are so wrong. Utter rubbish from Brendan Rodgers. Tyler's saying, watching on YouTube, thanks, saying perfect game for Under and Barnes. Greg's saying, let's get 4 at the back. I think. Listen, we're going to have to change something, like you say, guys. Yes, I would. Ant saying Fuchs and Fofana rushing into challenges. I would like to I'd like to know what you think. I thought Fofana he got caught in no man's land. It's very hard as a central defender. I've played there very badly myself before. But when he went for their first goal, he's like, do I go to the guy with the ball or do I mark the bloke who's next to me? If it's sod's law, you go to the player who's got the ball. He just knocks it by the side of you and the striker's in. You hold back and the guy could shoot. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Simon's saying, why are we playing this formation against the second bottom team? Well, they're not second bottom anymore if this carries on. Ivan, watching out in Sierra Leone. How are you, Ivan? Hope you're well. Says, we need to put more efforts in. We need this win. It's so frustrating because we are a win away from the top of the Premier League. And yet we're playing... Listen, where would we be if we hadn't lost to West Ham, if we hadn't lost to Villa at home? Let's hope we can change it today. But Kyan says, stop the long balls. I know some of these long balls, there's no point really trying a long ball when they're playing that deep. They're on their own goal line, to be fair. Dave's saying he's seeing better on Sunday morning football. Bring Nacho and Under on, might as well attack the game now, says Danny. Would you agree with that? What would you do at half-time? You're Brendan Rodgers. You're 2-0 down against one of the worst teams in the Premier League. You're at home. We could go joint top of the Premier League today, and you've just watched that. I don't want any excuses, but what would you do? Danny's saying bring Nacho and Under on. Sam is saying get Barnes on. Get your views in. Would you get Harvey Barnes on? Would you get Under on? Would you get all Brighton on? What do you think to that? Liam is saying he would get Under and Barnes on. Jake says, why are we playing so defensive when we're only playing 3 defenders? Vardy hasn't started. How come we're playing 5 at the back and they look more dangerous? Jake, we're playing 5 at the back, I believe, if you look at it. And they've been breaking through. We are just not, Sean's saying get Christian Fuchs off and Under on. Why does Robert... I did say this before the game, Robert. I said I hate it when everybody gets super confident. We're going to win 4, we're going to win 5. We're going to win 6. It's just like, this is when Leicester always come a cropper. Robert says, why does everyone think it would be easy? There's no easy games. There certainly isn't. Jono, thanks for watching, Jono. Come on at full time, please, Jono, if you can. Nacho and Under, a great shout, he's saying. Alison saying, bring on all Brighton. Henry is saying, get Vardy out. He's been shambolic. I just don't think Vardy's had much of a chance, has he? It's one of those games where there's no room for him. Under will give the ball to Vardy, says Trevor, looking for a change. Chris Gutteridge saying our midfield is non-existent. Keep getting your views in, keep getting your comments in. It's embarrassing to watch, so defensive at home to Fulham. It's a joke. Tom's been waiting patiently, not Tom Hogarth, the Tom Wyatt. Tom, are you there?
Yep.
Come on, you came on before half-time, before the game, and I think your score prediction was 1-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, I said it's going to be a tough match.
Yeah, you did say it was going to be tough. You were a bit like me. I just got the heebie-jeebies. I was saying it's a banana skin. We're not out of it yet, Tom.
No, we're not moving the ball quick enough. This is one of these times. I can remember when we were in the Championship, we played very well when we won the league because we played very quick one-touch football. So the ball would come in, they'd take it, move. And they just seem that confident now, and they seem overconfident. So they're taking the ball in and taking too many touches and trying to do too much. Play it simple.
I mean, really, Tom, we're at the stage now. Lots of people, lots of fans getting their views in. What would you do to change it at half? Would you change it at half time is the first thing. And what would you do when you do make changes?
I wouldn't change at half time just because I'm new. As a person, I'm someone who's very much, I'd be like, get to 60 minutes. But Rodgers has got to go in. He's got to get them moving the ball quicker, more confidence. And he's just got to give them a rocket up the arse because they've not been good enough.
Yeah. A lot of fans asking to see Under come on. They think he might provide something for Jamie Vardy. Fulham are playing so deep, though, Tom. It's not easy to get much through to Jamie Vardy, is it?
Well, that is the case. And when we don't seem to be able to get anything through to Vardy, we just go to the tactic of just loop balls into the box, which when we first got promoted to the Premier League and in the Championship, when we had players like David Nugent and Chris Wood and all those, worked really well because they were 6'1", 6'2". I think the biggest players we've got are Fofana and Evans. The rest of the team, you look at them and go, if you're going to be putting balls into the box like that, Fulham will clear it every day of the week. So we've got to find a way to pull them apart and drag the space.
Did you feel their first goal? Sorry, did you feel their second goal was a penalty or not, Tom?
I think it was a penalty. I think he does clip him. And to the argument that Tom had about not being able to go use the monitor, if that was the other way around and the referee went, I'm not checking the monitor, and sticking with the on-field decision, every Leicester fan would be they'd be calling for his head. Oh, you got to check the monitor. You got to do this. People wanted VAR. This is what you get with it. The problem I've been saying last season, the problem isn't VAR. I see the problem it's the FA. You look at how the laws are written and rules are written, and you go, with VAR, that will be a penalty or that will be an offside every day of the week. So you've got to reword things because there's just someone sitting in an office going, that's what the video shows. By the law, in black and white, that is what you should be given.
Yeah, so, I agree. I mean, I understand what Tom's saying. It frustrates me. I prefer the Europa League matches when there is no VAR. But if it's there and you can watch it in slow-mo, then you're going to spot that and you're going to go, well, actually, in my books, it's a penalty. But again, Fofana, a little bit diving in for their first goal, Tom?
Yeah, but I do agree with your what you said earlier that he's in a position, if he backs off and marks the striker, he's just going to take a shot from long. But if he closes him down, the striker's free. It's very much like, we played Man City, not last season, the season before. And Maguire drops off to mark Aguero and the strikers, and Company just goes, right, I've got 30 yards of space. And he just takes a pot shot and it goes in. And everyone goes, well, if Maguire closes him down, he doesn't score then. You go, but if he closes him down, Company threads the ball through for Sergio Aguero. It's a bit of a, whatever you do, someone's going to be on your back and saying you've done wrong.
Brilliant, Tom. I'm going to let you go. Come and join us after the full-time whistle today, and let's hope it's going to be a big turnaround, Tom. Thanks for joining us.
3-2 would be nice, or 4-2, but
we'll see.
I'd take a draw because we've not had any.
Thanks, Tom. I'm going to let you go because the second half's about to kick off. It's one of those games. I know Tom's back in the green room now, Tom Hogarth. If you want to join in, Tom, feel free to come back in if you're still chillaxing. I can see what Tom's doing there. Get your views in, get your comments in, let us know. I still think we can do this second half. I think it's one of those where they're 2-0 up. If we get one, we can get two, Tom. We could get a third. But it is typical Leicester, if you ask me.
Oh, typical Leicester over the years, and we're going to the good teams. We go and get some surprising result against the poor teams. We see to struggle in again today. We just don't know how to break teams down. I said it the first thing I said. That's Rodgers' Achilles heel. He's getting teams to be able to break other teams down who sit deep, and at the moment we're not doing it.
You'll get me on to plan B in a minute. Jay, we've not got long. Thanks for clicking in. I know you're on pre-match. What's your take on that first half, Jay?
Poor.
Frustratingly poor, though, isn't it?
Yeah. We shown in the first first moments that we had good possession, good on the ball, and then they just got their first goal. Then Fuchs made a stupid challenge, and we're here now.
Yeah, I mean, Fofana had a chance to make was that 0-0 when Fofana hit the crossbar after a great shot by Tielemans, Jay?
Yeah.
Could that have changed the match? I mean, it's too late now, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we can come back because we've seen it many of times from us, but I just don't think we will.
Brilliant. All right, thanks, Jay. Thanks for your half-time views. We'll see you later.
All right.
Cheers, Jay. Thanks for joining us. So, Tom, I think the second half's about to kick off. Hopefully, Mr. Lox is just about to join us. I said it was a banana skin before the game. I'm now stood here at half time. I feel like, knowing Leicester, we can come back from this and win this 3-2. I know it's tough, but anything is possible. We just need that goal, and Fulham aren't great.
Crucial. That goal is crucial. If we can get the next goal, we're in with a chance. But it's just been so poor, man. That's the thing. What I think is frustrating Leicester fans. So poor. We've got to do it a lot quicker to win this game. And like I say, let's see if there's any chance. I'm looking at the screen now, and Harvey Barnes is on the pitch.
I was just going to say, Reece is doing Morse code, or if you read Reece's comments there, he's saying we need width. Pratt and Maddison's too central. Reece is asking for Mark Albrighton to come on, if you ask me there with his comment.
That's what he meant, yeah, Mark Albrighton, who created the goal for Vardy the other night in the draw.
Reece, come join us at full time, whatever happens. Hopefully, Lox, are you there, mate? Here he is.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, guys. Second half, over to you guys, and I'll see you at full time when we will win 3-2. See you in a bit.
So there's two substitutions, Pratt and Luke Thomas off, Under and Barnes on. We have kicked off the second half. Are you with me, Tom?
Yeah.
Like minute-wise, are you at 45?
40.
Yeah.
Bang on. Again, we had to change it. You had to try and bring something on to create stuff. We weren't creating enough. I mean, feel sorry for Luke Thomas. I don't think he did anything wrong in the first half. I just think it's the young kid to have a go at, the easy option, really. James just seems very average. Okay, then. That's from a Man U fan. So is Harry Maguire, and you paid 80 million for him. Thank you. It's true. It's true.
Reece doesn't want Mark Albrighton. Well, don't worry, Reece, you've got your wish. Mark Albrighton isn't on. It's Under and Barnes. So, but no Gray though, because obviously he's not on the bench. So, but yeah, so Fulham just passing it around. There we go. I'm going to try and implement something here, Tom. I'm going to try and put this on like I did earlier on for the round of 16 quiz draw. And I'm going to try and make it my lucky hat, Tom. What do you reckon? How's that?
Wow. Yeah. That's yeah, man.
This is going to try and be my lucky hat. So hopefully we can get 2 goals now. Now that I'm wearing this.
Barnes will cut in edge of the area. Madison, he'll go wide right to Justin.
Well, that was handball.
Justin will play against the Fulham player. He'll still win it. That's free kick, referee. It has to be a free kick. It will be a free kick to Leicester in the middle of the 18-yard on the edge of the area. And Justin stands him up and does him for pace, whips it, falls back to Justin feet, and that's 3 now fouls by Robinson, but not a yellow card. I mean, how many they're totting up to the knee before they're going to do it?
Yeah, CF31 said I wouldn't mind Gray, but he doesn't. He doesn't score, but he's energetic. Yeah, well, to be fair, I mean, he scores against under 23s. To be fair, but yeah, we're only joking around. Who knows? He just can't make the squad now. Madison's going to whip this in.
Ball in by Madison. Vardy free. Oh, Vardy had a free volley on the edge of the area for me there. Got to do better there, Vards. I know you got a couple of players in front of you, but he didn't even get a connection. Fulham will counter-attack here. It's a 3-on-2, and it would be held up by Mendy. Fair play to Mendy. He gets a tackle in. He now hold him up.
Oh, it's not half-time anymore. Let me edit that. There we
Fulham
go.
will play it around the edge of the area. A long-range shot coming in, and P rolls into Casper's foot. He'll take a touch. But again, it was better. Vardy, for me, should get it and at least get a better contact on the ball. He seems to miss it. I mean, that goes in so quickly in the second half. Fulham probably will be feeling a bit deflated.
Yeah, 100%. We need something to happen for us.
Barnes will pick it up on the left-hand side. He'll cut inside, plays the ball in. Again, tries to find the ball in behind for Vardy. He'll go out for a throw to Leicester. I mean, that's the ball that Barnes does like to play quite often now, that little cheeky ball in behind for Vardy to run onto. Fuchs, little 1-2, back to Barnes. Barnes will run at his man. He's got 3 men around him. goal kick. I mean, for me, again, what's the difference between that shove in the back and the one that he gives a free kick for about 30 seconds ago the other side of the box? Referee, come on.
Yeah, inconsistency, that's always a problem. But, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll be buzzing at half time in that changing room, Tom.
Scott Parr doing some little dance move on the edge of the area there. But I think he was trying to defend it. Oh, mate, one of them would be laughing. I think he was trying to tell his defenders to sit deep a bit more. Mendy to pick the ball up. Luckily, Fuchs is out. It was a wayward path by Mendy there for me. I mean, again, he's been quiet tonight. Mendy, we haven't really seen him in there making tackles or challenges. It's been going past him. I'll take that now, Sam, 3-2.
Oh, yeah, I'll take 2-2 now, mate. Would you? Would you take a 2-2?
I'll take a point. 2-0 down at home against... Oh, it's hard against a team here that's been so poor all season. But 2-0 down, you take a point because you've come back. But you should never have been in this position in this game for me. I mean, I know no one is unbeatable. You know, teams can come and do a job on you, and we've seen that. Fulham did it. Fulham are doing it. West Ham have done it this season against us. You know, it's all about being tactically better, and at the moment we're not. You know, Fulham have got their tactics spot on. We're trying to play our tactics, but we're not executing it well enough. The ball for me are too slow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just having a quick look at the Fulham's results so far this season. They lost 3-0 to Arsenal. They lost 4-3 to Leeds. They lost 3-0 to Villa. They lost 1-0 to Wolves. They drew with Sheffield United 1-1. They lost 2-1 to Palace. They beat West Brom 2-0. They lost 1-0 to Fulham. They lost 3-2 to Everton. And now they're 2-0 up against Leicester City. So
they've won one game all season before tonight.
Against West Brom.
Against West Brom. The team are also in the bottom. Says it up really. Like you say, no game is, you know, yours to have before he's kicked it. And I think tonight probably all of us thought this is going to be a comfortable win. But unless you turn up and play the way we can play, it doesn't mean anything at the moment. This is a very much on average with the Liverpool performance for me. Very poor, very disjointed, no creativity in around the penalty area, giving the ball away too cheaply, and nothing's happening.
No, I mean, I think I don't think there's any. There's just not. I mean, Phil loves this. What I'm about to say, because he always, well, not always, but he says it a lot. But there's no general. There's like midfield general. There doesn't seem to be like a leader in there, does there? Apart from Schmeichel at the back, of course.
Yeah, we heard that against Braga the other night when he was shouting and swearing at referees for fun, and all the players on the park when the goals were going in. I mean, generally, we are missing someone who's going to pull the sleeves up, battle, win the ball back, have a go at players for making a mistake. We all seem too nicey at times in this team for me. Bar Casper, who will have a go at you, doesn't really seem that, like you say, midfield general at the moment part of that. I'd say, but Ibora, that big brawling midfielder, ain't scared to get tackles in at times. You know, the Kante ball-winning midfielder. I mean, you can't really say much because Mendy's done a great job most this season, but the last couple of games he's been non-existent in games. Under will go past his man. Reed will keep up with him. Under's still going side by side, cut inside. He's got to look for the ball. Looks the ball over the top. Vardy. Oh, it's a great ball by Under for me onto Vardy's foot, and he just can't get the first connection because if he does, he's squaring his man up one-on-one. It's a great ball by Under.
Yeah.
Great ball by Under.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Bruce, he's in playing. Oh, we'll give the ball again. We'll give the ball away again in the middle of the park. Too easy to give this ball away. Evans should be captain.
I mean,
it's difficult. I mean, what to say at the moment? We come out, we're nearly 15 minutes into the second half, and coming up 10 minutes into the second half, and I haven't seen anything. Lookman will dance along the touchline. I mean, it's too easy for me there. The final play to Under it. Got to clear it there, kid. Oh, Under then gives the ball away. Overplaying in a place that you just want to get rid of the ball.
I sometimes just want basics, mate. That's all you want sometimes.
If in doubt, get it out. Sometimes Madison will give it to Barnes. Barnes will run it his man. The ball's there. Play. Oh my God, that's awful, Barnes. That is awful. That is just a simple ball for me. Barnes, you've got to do
This is exactly
better
what I
there.
mean, mate. This is exactly what I mean. How basic is that? How basic is that?
That was a basic through ball. If he gets it right, under onto his left foot, has a chance to have a shot and goal. I'm not saying that Under's going to score in this position, but he's through. It's a basic ball there for me for Barnes.
I can't believe that. I honestly can't.
It's a
I'm
10-yard
taking
ball.
off. It's not working.
It's a 10-yard ball into the box for Under to run onto it first time and probably try and bend it round the goalkeeper. But we can't even get the simple ball in that position. That's the first time for me we've opened up the back Fulham at the back and got in behind, their midfield, their defensive wall. Again, look, they've got 4 men and there's no one for Mendy to pass it to.
There we go.
Justin down the right.
Justin.
Come inside, Tillemans. Again, what an awful pass. And before we know it, we're passing backwards because we can't pass a ball to the man in blue.
This is dreadful. This is actually awful, Tom.
Barnes will run at his man. He's, again, fair play to Bobby Reid, holds Barnes up, not giving him any chance to go down width or try and run in because he knows he doesn't want to. He just makes him come inside. Pratt wanted to get in the positions. I'm not saying about who would be in the position, but for me, Barnes has got to do better there with the ball to Under. That's my biggest concern. It's a 10-yard ball into a forward position. Bread and butter for me there. The defender's, miles away from him, and we can't even get that right. Long ball up.
Go back to Fulham here. Mendy with it down.
Well, we're 10 minutes to the second half, and for me, we should be still be looking at that bench and thinking, when can we get Nacho onto this game to try and help Vards out?
Yeah, I mean, someone, Steve Bruce is actually here, mate. There's actually a Steve Bruce in the comments. He reckons we're waving the white flag, aren't they, against bloody Fulham?
Oh, it's poor, mate. Under will dance past his man, and then Carton laid the ball off 4 yards to Justin. Oh, dearie me, this is painful to watch tonight. I support Leicester and I want Leicester to do well, but watching this is painful. I think everyone would agree this is painful to watch. Under with the ball on the edge of the area. Maddison back to Under, but the Fulham for defence will stand strong. Maddison tries to step over and loses the ball. Luckily, it'll fall back to Fofana and Evans at the back. Again, there's no option. Better by Tillemans. Found Justin. Justin pulls it back. Oh, poor touch from Maddison there.
Do you know what the most frustrating thing is, mate? And it happens a lot. We know what they can do. We know what we can do and what we've done in previous games. You look at how easy we have found it in previous games to just kind of unlock the defense, the opposition defense, and it's just. I mean, this is 3 games. I mean, look, we scored 3 against Braga. It weren't a perfect performance. Nowhere near. So
we created things. That's the difference. We created things. I'm not saying Braga are great, but at least we created things. Ball into the box and headed away by Fulham. Edge of the area. Tillemans with a shot. It'll come to Under outside the edge of the box. He'll whip this cross in right-footed. Vardy can't even get a touch.
It's not been his night so far. It's not been his night so far.
Not at all, mate. He's not had any help up there to try and create anything.
And that's why it might be interesting to see Nacho on the pitch, mate. Because in the past, yeah, exactly.
They have to think about something, just having one person up there and people running off him, because that's all we're trying to do. We're not giving them any option bar people trying to run past Vardy. And with the defensive blanket that Fulham got, there's no room for those runners in there. So why not put someone up there with Vardy and start whipping some balls into him?
Yeah. Steve Bruce. I love that, man. I love how you not good Bruce. Enough. Yeah.
What kebab you got tonight, Steve?
Yeah, what you got, Steve? There's that in there. Look, he's looking there. Look, he's looking at the menu in that photo. But yeah.
That's how poor it is. We're talking about Steve Bruce.
Good win for them the other night.
And again, their fans are moaning about Steve Bruce in the season they're had. It's frustrating because we're 4th in the league and we've had some good results, but against the teams who you thought would be playing better and winning easy, especially after beating Arsenal, especially after beating Manchester City.
The cabbage is in the air already. Oh, Fulham are in here in the penalty box.
Fofana jockey's in.
I know.
Into the back post. Justin goes up with his man. It'll be a free header, and it'll go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the cabbage in the air, that cracked me up. We started like we did against Braga, Michael, says Tom.
Yeah, slow, passive, no intention at times. You know, he's all right keeping the ball, and like I said, after 8 minutes, 73% to 27, but we're not creating anything. It's actually laughable now because it's actually becoming too much of a coincidence. Every time we play a team and sit deep, we don't know what to do. And they keep going on about we've got great activity in the team and Maddison. That's a yellow card, referee. Come off it. He stamped on the back of his foot. That's got to be a yellow card. No.
Apparently not. Apparently not.
This is shocking. Absolute shocking. I mean, can you say it's team selection? I don't get how you can blame Rodgers this Sunday to say team selection. For me, once again, the same as Liverpool, I won't blame Rodgers. The players didn't play. And like tonight, the players aren't playing. Yes, you could say, do we need to play 5 at the back against Fulham when we're a team of that struggling at the bottom? You probably don't. You probably could play the 4 at the back and go more in midfield and give us a bit more credit, or 2 up front. But this formation has worked well this season. West Ham mirror image. We don't score in the goal. Yeah, exactly. Steve at the bottom there's put it. West Ham mirror image.
Yeah, agreed.
It's just.
I mean, I think you said something good there, Tom, about coincidence. That's what it seems. Obviously, you know what I mean. Is it just a coincidence that when teams sit back like this, we don't know what we're doing, and it's not a coincidence, is it? It's
no, of course not. This has gone on since Rodgers has been in charge against the so-called lesser sides. We don't seem to have a clue how to break them down. Last time Fulham in the Premiership, I think we went at home 3-1 or something, and they were a poor team then. They haven't really changed much since that team up was in there. But the frustration lied. But we look again, we go to Sheffield United on Sunday. Well, what are we going to do there? Under will do some step overs, checks inside, 2 men on him. Justin will win it back. Maddison at the edge of the area. Nutmegs his man and gives the ball away. Tillemans wins it back. That's better, Maddison. Get stuck in there, kid. Use it.
That's it. Fight for it.
Fight for the ball. That was the first time I'd seen it in the game. We're actually fighting to win the ball back. 50-50. We actually went in to go and win the ball back, not panicking. Go wide. The ball's there.
Oh.
So we try the ball at the most difficult ball when there's a 10-yard pass from Maddison to go out to Under, who's standing unmarked on the edge of the wing. Why are we trying to play the Trevor ball through the gaps when they've got so much possession? Possession second half, 70% to 30. But again, we haven't created anything. We're now 15 minutes in second half and you've created nothing.
Yeah, mate. I mean, for me, personally, I see Nacho being the next substitute. What about you?
Well, it's a great thing he has an option to do. It's the final substitution. He's already used 2. He's got no option to bring him on. But
does he make it now? Like, what's the point in waiting?
Exactly. There is no point. No point waiting to 70th minute. Like, he likes his change around 70 minute, Rodgers. But what is the point of waiting to 70 minutes to change this? Ball over the top again. Too easy. Too straight. And Fulham will, read that for fun. Get a long ball over the top. Vardy will run onto this. He'll get in front of Bobby Reid here. But again, he's forced wide. And I'm looking in the box. And everyone is on the edge of the area. Balls and Mendy passing around, but again, Fulham have this blanket, a white blanket in front of them, and ball would be clipped over Maddison straight into the goalkeeper's arms. As Barnes did try and make a run in behind what he was looking for, but again, what can you say when the ball's you've got no room in there, and we're trying to play an audacious little chip over the top, and
yeah, I mean, there we go, Tom. Obviously, we're talking about Nacho, but who would you bring off?
I think you've got to be probably looking at Mendy and thinking, well, what have I got to lose now? You might as well leave Maddison and Tillemans on in the middle of the park. Bring Tillemans a tiny bit deeper and let him cover. I know it's not his natural game. And it's got to be a free kick there, referee. How many touches? Tell me the advantage there, referee. We've gone backwards. You've got nothing to lose by taking Mendy off now, leaving Tillemans a bit deeper, let Maddison go forward a bit more and bringing Nacho on up front. I mean, what you got to lose? We've got just over 25 minutes to play and I just don't see where the goals are coming from.
No, not at all, mate.
Literally, it's all right passing this ball side to side for fun at times.
This is what we were saying. I mean, obviously, yeah, the Braga game, you know, I mean, just weren't good enough. We started this game like we did start against Braga, but we scored 3 goals in the Braga game.
Trying the audacious ball through the middle and losing it. And Lookman will have the ball. He'll skin. Oh, he skinned Tillemans for fun there. Long ball forward. Fuchs is 2-on-1 at the back here. Casper hasn't come out and Fuchs will go long. Again, Fuchs was left exposed 2-on-1 with the ball over the top. Luckily, he was in front of everyone. Oh, dear.
Oh, mate.
This is...
It's difficult to watch, mate. It really
How
is.
can you try and describe to me, someone maybe not watching it, you're not missing anything. If you're not watching this, well, you are not missing anything tonight. This has been ball over the top. Cavallo will hold it up in the penalty area, step over, lovely drag back by him. Keeps the ball, silky seals from the kid. Bobby Reid pulls it across the edgy area. They'll go wide right, and they'll have to go out and press his man here. Chipped in, ball held up by Loftus-Cheek. He'll fall down, and it'll be a free kick to Leicester after he handled it. Get off the ball, Bobby Reid.
That's a yellow card, surely. He's just put his hands up on Fafana.
Come on, ref. I mean, 1, he's stopped the free kick being taken. 2, he's gobbed off it. Yeah, there's a second yellow card, but you don't seem to want to pull out tonight. 3, he's had his players pulled him away. It's not a foul. He falls over. He literally falls over. I don't get how he thinks that's a foul.
I don't know how he's walked away with that without a yellow card, to be fair, mate, but it wouldn't be the first time tonight, would it? Let's be honest. Yeah.
Oh, loads of Villa fans are texting us surprise.
Texting you?
Yeah,
well, they'll get thumped tonight as well. Here we go, mate. There he is. Nacho on screen.
Any odd decision, weren't it? How long before you brought him on? I mean,
it'll probably be the 70th minute by the time he gets on, to be fair. But we're now 21 minutes, mate. 21 minutes into the second half.
I think after 10 minutes, you could see it wasn't working. There was no change in momentum or, intention. Can we use 5 subs? I think we should side it from club. I like that, Chris.
I think now we could do it, bloody hell. But no, I've stuck by with all along saying I don't think we should have 5 subs. But that's a debate for another day.
Madison whips it in straight to the goalkeeper who punched it out. Surprised the goal didn't catch it, beyond you. Had plenty of time there to do better than that. Ball will come to Madison again. He'll go down the line to Justin on the right hand side. Make a run, Madison. Justin, Under will cut inside. Excuse my pardon. Pull back. Oh, again. I mean, it's unlucky from Under. He has tried the reverse ball. If it's a foot the other side, it's play from Under. Foot the other side, and Madison's got this on his right foot and taking it inside the box. But just one of those, the ball is not falling in the right directions at times.
Isaac has said, Dan, what's happening with Leicester? Tottenham fan Isaac. Not much, mate. Not much is happening, to be fair.
He'll go wide to Under. Under will step over. He'll cut inside. He's got no options. And then he'll whip one at goal and he'll go
because what else has he got to do? He's got nothing else to do.
He had no options there. There was no run off the ball. Under playing okay. Yeah, Under's done all right. He's trying to make things happen. But again, look, there's no run. He's got no movement in front of him. All he had to do was cut inside a shot because he had nothing. There's still cut time. I don't think it'll happen.
We're like 22 minutes off. 22 minutes away from the end of the game, really. Plus added time, of course.
Got to get 22. Vardy down the side here. We'll get 1-on-1 with Anderson. Oh, he's overrun it and he'll go out for a goal kick.
That's really not Vardy-like, is it? And I think that sums the game up, mate. I'm not going to lie. I know there's still 20 minutes left. It's just not happened for him. I mean, it's not happened for a lot of players, but it's certainly not happened for him.
So, right, he gets the ball. He takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. The 5th touch, he gets under his foot and knocks it away from him, and it goes out for a goal kick. And as you say, it's been a very frustrating evening for Vards because I can't even say anything because he's not had any service up there. He's had 1 half chance in that second half so far where he miskicks it, but bar that.
Iheanacho is just about to be introduced into the game.
So 70 minute, like I said, he likes to make a sub at 70 minutes. Johnny Evans will come over and clear for a throw to Fulham. Like I say, I'll be very surprised if Mendy doesn't go off here.
And it is Mendy, yeah.
Yeah, he had to. That was the only option he had now. He's got to try and do something. I mean, Mendy looks frustrated that he's going off, but I think he has to take one for the team here. And
who's that, Henry? Who? Not too sure who you're on about there. Vardy frustrated. Yeah.
Definitely, Colin. They're very frustrated. Again, another night where he's not had any service, same as the Fulham. Same as Liverpool away, he had no service.
I definitely think this will help things a little bit, mate. Nacho on, but I just don't think it's gonna. I don't think we're gonna be able to. Henry says Mendy's been shambolic. Mendy is shambolic. I don't think that's fair.
Free kick to Leicester. Evans found in the corner. Yeah, I mean, don't. Yeah, I mean.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
So Evans takes a quick free kick.
Oh my God.
Plays it across the box. Johnny Evans. That's poor, mate. Oh my God. Lookman in the area. Loftus-Cheek over the crossbar.
It's an embarrassment, mate. It's an embarrassment.
So we got ourselves all into 6s and 7s at the back there. It was a foul by Carvalho on Johnny Evans. What was a foul? Johnny Evans tries to take it quickly, kicks it straight past Casper. Fofana then has to run past his man back across the box, gives it to Johnny Evans in the air. Evans then kicks it to Fuchs. Fuchs then goes back to Evans and misses it, straight to Lookman. Lookman to Loftus-Cheek, and Cheek cuts inside a shot and takes a deflection. All our own doing. All poor. I'm sorry. If in doubt, kick it out. But for me there, Johnny Evans, slow down. I know we're losing 2-0, but there was not an option to play the ball across the box when Lookman is standing inside that area.
Zab said there, mate, this is comical. I've got to agree with him, mate. I've got to agree with him. If you don't laugh, you'll cry, eh? That's what it's all about. But that should be
another corner header off Vardy.
Man United, Herb. Yeah, he asked, which player would you take from Man United apart from Bruno? Right now, all of them now. Of course not. It's a difficult one, really. But yeah, Fulham will whip a corner in.
All the way through. Bobby Reid will get it on the other side, and the lads put their hand up. I don't get what you're peeing off side for. Little 1-2. That's a foul, referee. Yeah, foul. Lookman pushes Madison in the back. We've got 90 minutes to go. And at the moment, Leicester their own worst downfall at the moment for me. Rashford or Greenwood.
Man United Herbert says, take back Maguire, please. Sorry, no refunds allowed there, mate. No refunds allowed.
Johnny Evans or Harry Maguire. Johnny Evans. I think, Johnny's not had the best couple of games at the moment, but I can't really fault him when he's played normally.
Oh, for God's sake. Again, this is embarrassing.
Trying to do the hard ball from Madison to find under on the wing, but there's 4 players in front of him, and he plays it straight into the midfield trap. Fulham are setting traps at the moment for me. They're getting the place where they need to be, and they're winning the ball back for fun. Iheanacho, fair play, wins it. It's unlucky. He's under his feet. But why is that for me? Why isn't Iheanacho having to win his ball on our own area to try and set a play up?
Yeah, mate. I mean, I'm going to say something. I don't want to sound fickle, and if I sound fickle, tell me, mate. But I honestly can't wait for this game to be over. I'm not even taking the mic.
I can tell you, I totally agree, and I think a lot of Leicester fans are sitting there thinking the time can't go quick enough, because for me, I can't see where the goals come from. If I'd be able to miss it, we'd had a hatful of chances, like I said, against Liverpool, and hit the crossbar, hit the post 4 times, and gone. Been unlucky tonight, but we've hit the post and crossbar in the space of 30 seconds in the first half, and done nothing since the goals have gone in for me. Have we created a clear-cut chance since Fulham has scored the second goal?
Yeah, no. I mean, penalty aside, mate, I think this would still be a 1-0 game.
If this was a boxing match, it would have been stopped long ago. Easy. Just die, mate, tonight.
Yeah, Zab's made a funny point here. It's true, Great Europe campaign, win against Man City and the Gooners, losing to Fulham, it's par for the course. It is 100%. I said it on Friday, mate. I said Fulham are a good team to go and try and get a response from the Liverpool game. They're 18th in the league, for Christ's sake. But just from history...
Ball pulled back, chance for Lookman. Saved by Casper, cleared by Tinnemans, but again, So easy there for me. I mean, ball walked along the edge of the area. Casper shaking his head. He now has every right tonight to be annoyed. No one picks the runner up. No one picks Lookman up, who runs into the area free, pulls it back to Lookman and shoot. But Robinson, literally the left back, has just walked into the penalty area and not a single man picks up the run. Lookman cuts back onto his left foot, does Justin for fun. Good save by Casper, making himself big at the near post to save it. But way too easy for me there. Way too easy down that right-hand side.
I rarely say that. I can't remember the last time I said this, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time I said this right, but this has been disgraceful. Really. Do you think I'm being too strong?
It's up there with the Liverpool performance, mate. It's up there with the Liverpool performance. We didn't do anything. I thought Liverpool was the worst game of the season. This could be actually up there with the worst performance of the season again, because we don't look like scoring. You know, even against Fulham, we didn't look. Against Liverpool, we didn't look like scoring. It's just dire. And I don't get, like you say, why have we not got Slimani on the bench against a team like this who's going to come and sit deep? I know he's not going to change his style, but what is the point of having a player like that in the squad if we're not even going to put him on the bench? This is a game crawling out for me for Slimani to come on with 20 minutes to go. You've got Under on the pitch. You've got Barnes on the pitch. You've got Albrighton who could have come on and whipped balls in. But we just stick to playing this. Sorry, but I'm going to say dross football at times, because we can't play football, in the way that we want to all the time.
Yeah,
Is it time for Rodgers to go? No, it's not time for Rodgers to go. No chance. We're fourth in the league. It's disheartening because the Liverpool performance was bad. The Braga performance up to the second half, the last 20 minutes was a lot better. And tonight, again, this easy could have been 5. Yeah, it could have been. If Fulham had taken all their chances, it could have been a lot worse tonight.
You know what, mate? Someone put a comment here. Fulham want it more.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Fulham are 18th in the league. You know, they'll be higher now, I'm guessing, 17th, 16th, whatever, right? But why don't Leicester want it more? Like, Liverpool drew against Brighton. Chelsea drew with Tottenham. There was a good opportunity, a real good opportunity. And it just, I don't know, mate. It's just got in. It really is. The players should, after what happened last season, mate, how we just dropped off so bad, went from, what you thought was a dead-on Champions League place to then, sound. Europa League is obviously more than it's what we wanted at the start of last season, but to go from a Champions League place to a Europa League place on the last game of the season because of how awful the form was, you'd think they'd want this. The players would want this so much to try and do right what they did wrong last season. And
I think saying what Newcastle's fans say, we don't want it. We don't mind a team that does this, that, and the other. But all we expect is a team that tries, hunger and desire. Well, I haven't seen any trying tonight. I've not seen any hunger, and there's no desire to try and win this football match for me. We look clueless. We look lethargic at times. And for people, they're going to sit and say, well, it's easy to say when you're losing. I've just watched 77 minutes and I can't think of one, but bar for Fafana hitting the post, the crossbar, one clear-cut chance against a team who have won one game all season, have conceded goals for fun, and we're making them look like a team who are challenging for the top 6. Oh, could be in again for them if the pass was right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I just tweeted, what a load of rubbish tonight, Leicester. It is. It's rubbish. There's no easy way to sit there and try and defend it. This is rubbish. This is the kind of football that we saw at parts of last season. Like I said, against teams who sit deep, try to break them down. Rodgers and O'Neill can't seem to fire players up when chips are down. Shocking. Do you know what, Johnny? Spot on there, kid. Absolutely spot on. I think they started to think we would win this at 80%. Maddison has been shocking. Thank you. Maddison, for me, the last two games in the league has been awful and have been a passenger in the team. And we've got to stop trying to put the pressure on to be the match winner every time for all these balls. But it's not just Maddison. The whole team, again, Really, I can't pick a team out and say man of the match. Probably Casper. Once again, he's kept us in the game with the amount of shots he saved.
Yeah, mate, this is just absolute dire, mate. This is
Been shocking all tonight. I need to get to single anyone. Shocking, been shocking all night tonight. No need to single anyone out. Not single anyone out. I'm just saying, you know, Maddison for me hasn't created anything. But when he has got in the positions, nothing's happened. He's your creative midfielder.
I mean,
I just think all round, I agree with you. I can't pick anyone out who's been anywhere bar poor tonight. The whole team's been poor. Everyone, if you're going to rate them, is a 4, maybe a 3 performance, bar probably Casper, who's his usual 7, 6, who's kept us in the game. Ball on the disc, Fuchs to swing it in. 3-header for Fulham, no one in the box, bar 4 players, but no one near it.
Yeah, I mean, I sat here after the West Ham game, mate, a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, and I was saying, you know, look, we'll regroup, we'll go again. I'm not too disappointed, you know, it's early on in the season, but after this, mate, I'm completely different. I think this is diabolical, mate. Honestly, the performance. No, there we go, mate. Stefan or Stephen. No aggression. Absolutely nothing, mate. Like we're not even calling out the corners, mate. It's less to get corners in anymore because it just.
Under will win it. Pass out with free kick. How many times has he been fouled there? Under shoots, he'll be deflected off. He'll hit Nacho in the air, fly off for a goal kick. Oh, dearie me. Literally just want to turn it off and shut down for the night now.
Yeah, George, this isn't a part of the bus tactic we played today. Far from it, mate. We've not played the part of the bus. The reason that Fulham got their first goal was because we were so far forward and they countered us easily. It's not a part of the bus whatsoever, mate. It should, you know, we had 3 at the back. When that goal went in, the Fulham goal, it was 3 at the back. It wasn't 5, it was 3. And then we had the 3 centre halves, and obviously they were caught out. So, yeah, it's not part of the bus whatsoever. Obviously, fair enough. The 5 at Man City, we sat back. Arsenal as well, we sat back. It was like a 5, and you know, for the whole of the first half. This today was not that. It was a completely different kind of game plan today, and it's just not worked whatsoever. A lot of people in here saying Rodgers out. I can't believe what I'm reading. No, Rodgers. It's not Rodgers out. We need.
Rodgers can only do so much by putting a team on the pitch. If we can't pass the ball, simple 5-yard passes and create teams, then you can't blame Rodgers all the way. I understand people are going to say it's negativity playing 5 at the back, but this team has been doing all right up to this point. Before it's gone out of my head now. Liverpool game, we'd won 6 games in a row. So then to suddenly jump after 2 performances and it's all Rodgers' fault. The team wins, it's the players who wins it, not Rodgers. But to going on Rodgers' back already, and now I can't have that, mate, because we're still 4th in the league. So I'm just getting the FA Cup draw up to who's going to beat us in that at the moment. Can you imagine?
Mitrovic coming on now, mate. Mitrovic. Mate, can you remind me? Did we play 3 centre backs against Leeds? We did. We played that formation.
Fuchs, Fofana, and Evans.
Can you also remind me if we played that against? Who was it? Burnley.
Yeah, it would have been 3 at the back again because Fuchs, Fofana, and Evans again started that game.
Yeah, so fair enough, George. Georgie, you've got your opinion on all that, but we played 3 centre backs in games that we were the better side. You know, several times, and we've come away with wins. So I'm not blaming that at all, mate. I'm not blaming that at all. I don't think it's a formation today. I think definitely there's some weaknesses. There's some weak spots. There we go. Yeah.
Players aren't playing. You can't blame Rodgers all the time. Carl's question, Fee, what is the name of your cat, by the way? It's been bugging me. I keep seeing this picture of a cat. I want to know the name of it now. That's how good this game is. Obviously, cat names.
Yeah. Let me.
Hunting Fulham at home, 1-0 to the worst team.
Well, apologies. At the moment, we're doing a slight problem with the sound.
I'm just trying to find out who we've got. 3 at the back and be offensive. We've pushed the wide and been forward. And yes, it can. Oh, referee, you've got in the way there. It can be off. I totally agree, John. John is saying it now. three at the back can be offensive, and it works. And I think you'll see it work even better when Cassagna, trying to overplay it, to have a pop at goal. Why have we got to walk the ball into the net? I think when you see Cassagna and Perez, Ricardo Pereira come into the team in the back positions, we're going to be even more threatening, especially with Sayunchi to come back in. I mean, look, Fuchs has been amazing, absolutely amazing. But tonight, again, I think him at the back is starting to take his toll on the team because he's not naturally a centre-back for me. He can do a job there and he's been okay. But for me, Sayunchi, Evans and Fofana are going to be some back three when he's back into it.
Georgie says one up top at home to Fulham. We played against West Brom and Burnley with one up front. We played West Brom. West Brom, a world class team now. We played one up front against them.
If you look at the way we're playing, it's not that. It's three at the back, four in midfield, and three up top. The three up top being at the start was Maddison and Pratt sitting behind Vardy. It's not one up top on his own. It's Vardy having the ball and people trying to play in around him. That's what we've done every game this season. The difference is this time, like we've seen against Everton, Tielemans to whip one in, and it will go to Vardy. Barnes 2-1 goal. Harvey Barnes to bring it back with 5 minutes to play. Leicester 1, Fulham 2. It up on the right, whips the ball in, takes deflection. Vardy heads it down, tucks off the chest by Barnes and bang on his left foot into the back of the net. And we're back in the game.
Hey, Georgie, you got a ghost there, Tom.
All that.
Georgie's happy now, thankfully. But yeah, I don't want to. Once again, I don't want to seem fickle for not celebrating. It's just been one of them days, unfortunately.
I don't think it's fickle at all, man. Just the performance hasn't been good enough tonight. I mean, but
who was it we played? Who was it we played? Where it might not have been on here actually. I can't remember who it was, mate. There was a game. I think it was the. I can't remember. There was a game where I didn't even celebrate the goal went in. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it's. I mean, losing 2-1. It's better than losing 2-0, but yeah, it's just not been our day today. We've got a few minutes left. We've got 3.5 minutes plus added time. So who knows, where the things have happened? But yeah, it is 2-1 to Fulham with a couple minutes left to play of normal time.
All Tottenham going away to some. Who did Tottenham? Tottenham got some really, really low team in the league, in the FA Cup.
Barnes going forward here on the wise. He'll get a ball in.
It will deflect it wide. Evans will win it to Fuchs. Fuchs will go back to Barnes. Barnes, 2 men on him every time, and then gives the ball straight to Fulham. That says it all tonight from Leicester. In a position where we have the ball, Maddison wins it back. Well played, Maddison there. Wins it back in the area to Nacho. Back to Maddison. Roll it, kid. Roll it. Roll it. Maddison will shoot over the crossbar. There's a 5-yard ball into under there. I'm sorry, James Maddison, but that's greedy. That is greedy, kid. You are 30 yards out from goal. We've just won the ball back, and all you have to do is look up for the 10-yard ball across the box to under.
Oh, Vardy's told him, mate. Vardy's told him. His point is to under. Fulham are going to make their last substitution now.
Yeah, of course they are. They're going to bring on a left back is coming on. Oh dear, me. That sums up tonight for me.
Yeah,
and there'll be a free kick for Fofana going through the back of Mitrovic, who's the old man's gone down quite easily there for me. But fair play to him. You can't quiver. It's just silly, really, isn't it?
88th minute, guys. David Moyes is now here. Selfish that about Madders taking his shot there from 30 yards out. Yeah, he should have played the ball through to someone just received a booking. Time wasting, I think.
Ball go long. Justin will have out to a throw to Fulham. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah.
I say that. I'm sorry, but it's selfish. There's no need. Yes, Fee. I'm sure. Where did I put? I seen that come up a minute ago. Let me find it. I did see it pop up for what is it gone?
Oh, here we go, mate.
Believe it or not, the name is Fifi. Mind by the risky yard point from her. Oh, okay. Fair play to you.
Paul has also got a cat called Leicester.
Nice. Matters is bloody. Oh dear. Again, what we now? We're coming up 30 seconds before before going into injury time.
I think there'll only be a couple of minutes, surely 3 or 4. 3.
Leicester still are in the hat. They have not been pulled out to play anyone yet. There's still some big names
Taking on
in
some
there.
instructions there, mate. Look.
Oh, have a quick read. This is where I love players to go and snatch it out of someone's hand, just for fun.
You can imagine Vardy doing that, eh?
Yeah, hits the ball in the back of the Fafana. Lucky Leicester will come back to us. Leicester will come wide to Fuchs. Man United, Arsenal, Newcastle is one of the fixtures in the FA Cup.
Look at that comment, mate, from I've lost it.
We have a cat called Casper. Jono. Well played, Jono. I like that.
No, the one below it, mate. Colin's comment.
5 minutes injury time.
No, below at the bottom.
I haven't got it. It's not come through. Oh, there it is. My cat, Madison's getting thrown off the bus. We won't put that on.
No,
put that on
5 minutes added, by the way. Yeah, I appreciate Colin for making us laugh there on an awful day.
That's made my night. That was fair play, mate.
There's another mistake by Maddison.
We got 5 minutes injury time. We've already used 42 seconds of that, and we can't get the ball up the pitch. Justin in the right position. Madison will go backwards again. We'll come across the field to Tillemans. Tillemans will go wide back to Johnny Evans, who'll push forward. Johnny's trying to push the team on here. That says it all tonight. You got centre half, poor pass by under there, hospitable. Luckily, we'll keep play. No, whips it in. It's just an. Oh my God! What are they giving here? I don't know what's gone off. Everyone's calling handballs, and it's gone out for a corner.
I'm hearing it's a draw to Stoke, mate. FA Cup. Away to Stoke. Here we go.
Does it hit Bones' hand? I can't see. Does it hit the... Oh, do you know what? I don't... No, that's not going to be... That can't be... Oh, that could be given. But then again, it's down by his side. I don't know whether the referee will look at this VAR.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. I think that's been... Yeah.
Ball be whipped in. Near post, headed away by Fulham. Justin with a long shot over the bar. Justin, you've got to hold the ball up there, kid. Even Rodgers looks bemused by what he's taking there.
He said it there.
Stoke away in the FA Cup, by the way.
You could any professional lip readers out there, I'm pretty sure Rodgers just said effing hell. So that's you can't be doing that, mate. With not in the 90th minute, for God's sake.
Boys, to me there, Justin take the touch, play it back out to Madison wide. That was the option. That was the only option he should have thought. Take a touch, knock it wide, get another cross in the box. You've got all your defenders up front. Tillemans will take a lovely touch and it will fall straight to the Fulham player to boot it into him for Fulham, and it will go out for a Fulham throw with 2.5 minutes of the added time remaining. Scott Parker there, really animated, trying to get his lads through the final 2.5 minutes to win this game. It'll be a big win for them at the bottom of the league, especially with West Brom winning on Sunday. I mean, Fulham are going to take the time and, they'll go long down the line to Mitrovic, who will win the ball. That's awful for me. How has Mitrovic got the ball there? Casper will play out to Fuchs on the left-hand side. Fuchs will go long, straight to Bobby Reid. It's too easy to see what we're going to do when we try and hit it down the wings. They'll go to the corner. Leicester will win it back. Fair play, Christian Fuchs. He wins the ball back, and it will go John Evans across the box. God. Justin will bomb on with it now to 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Just under a minute and a half left of the injury time. Leicester will push on, coming up to the halfway line. Ball go wide to Madison, running with it. The ball's onto Fuchs. Thanks, better. Look up, go back inside. Tillemans, middle of the park. The run was made by Justin. Nacho. Justin! Oh! And it will be...
no!
It was a lovely ball by Tielemans for Justin to run onto. Justin pulls it back and it just runs past under to cut it in. Oh, and it'll be a corner kick. There's 2 chances in the space of 30 seconds.
For me, where was this, mate? Where was this?
Justin plays over the top. It misses him, pulls it back. Oh, I mean, you can't fault Nacho there, really. He's falling backwards as he's tried to get his foot
Schmeichel's
to it.
up.
Casper into the box. Balls.
Oh my God. Are you taking the mick?
That is shocking, Under. You didn't even hit off the ground. Ball come back to Tielemans, back to Under. Oh, now Tielemans can't pass it.
This is embarrassing.
There's no goalkeeper here. I don't think Casper's back, is he? No, he's not. And Mitrovic will run. He'll pass it. Casper could intercept this. They'll shoot, and it'll go over for a corner ball. That literally... Absolutely.
I don't even know what to call it, mate. After that, I genuinely don't know what to call it. That is absolutely embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So you're not going to beat the first man. You're not going to beat the first man on a corner when your keeper's in the box.
I mean, the throws quickly by Unders to try and get the ball back. And Tielemans can't even pass a 5-yard ball back to him, mate. And that'll be the time up anyway in the corner.
That's it. Yeah.
Corner to go be taken short. And this is a dreadful night for me for Leicester. Dreadful night. An embarrassing performance, an embarrassing result, an embarrassing all-round night for Leicester City. And the players, for me, should be ashamed of themselves for a performance like that. And that's a full-time whistle. I'm going to nip off, mate, for a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Leicester 1, Fulham 2 at home at the King Power. I think we can all agree, absolutely shameful that. Here's Phil joining in.
Thanks, Lox. Thanks for the watch-along. Not brilliant today at all, Lox. Let's get fans' views in. Thanks for doing the watch-along. Tough watch today for you and Tom, I guess.
Yes, mate. Yeah, I mean, I did kind of, up until half-time, I was still a little bit relaxed. I thought, it was not great at all, but we could still do something here. As time went on, mate, I that was embarrassing at times. That really was. And I think what sums it up is the end there, where obviously we've just scored a goal. We're putting them under pressure for the first time really in the game since their first goal, and we don't beat the keeper's in the box. Casper was in the box, just hit it into the box, and we've taken the corner and it's not even beating the first man. That's given a goal away. Obviously they haven't scored it in the end, but you're giving the ball away. You're passing the ball to them whilst we've not got a keeper in the goal. And then obviously we take the ball quick, the throw in quick, under throws it to Tielemans. Tielemans just passes it to the Fulham player again. Yeah, it was absolutely, to be fair, mate, in my opinion, that's worse than the Liverpool game. That was absolutely woeful.
Oh, yeah, we've lost when you lose to Liverpool, even with them having some injuries or us having injuries, they're still World Club champions and Premier League champions. That is a shocker to lose against Fulham. We've lost now to Fulham. We've lost now to West Ham. We've lost now to Aston Villa, all at home. Just Paul Lox. I'm just going to read out. I want to get as many fans' comments as I am. Are you going to stick around, Lox, for a bit longer?
Yeah, I'm here, mate. I'm here.
Brilliant. Let's get some fans' views in it just while I let you two gather your thoughts for a session here. 3 points off the top of the league. You're having a laugh, says Steve Shepherd. Sean says, not a good game. Stuart is saying terrible by Rodgers. We want your views. We want your comments in here. I'm going to put the link in here again. So if you want to click on the video link, come in and tell us what you think to that. It is beyond frustrating that we are so near the top. And yet we have lost to West Ham. That's 3 points drop. We've lost to Villa at home, 3 points drop. We've lost to Fulham. Fulham were in the bottom 3. That is, as Carlos says, it does feel embarrassing. It is so frustrating being a Leicester fan. And do you know what I'm really annoyed at? Is before the game, I said, this is a banana skin. This is where Leicester come and do a Leicester, which is lose at home. And it is so frustrating. Let's get in as many people as we can now. Tom is here. Jamie is here. Jamie, let's start with you first.
I don't know what to say, Phil. I really don't know what to say.
We said banana skin, didn't we, Jamie?
It's just like we were 2-0 down and we were messing about with it at the back. Well, Johnny Evans took a free kick and he nearly scored an own goal with it. The pressurised it. There was no intensity, no pressure, no nothing, no passion. Maddison's becoming the new Lcfc. He spends most of the time on his backside all the time. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know, Phil. I feel a bit embarrassed about it, to be honest. We shouldn't be losing to teams like Fulham, West Ham, Villa. We should not be losing to. We just don't look like we're playing at all. But the big chance went for Fana, missed that chance, hit the crossbar. If that had gone in, I think it would have been a different story, totally different story. But it just went downhill from there. We had no passion, no pressure, no nothing. There was nothing there. It was a bit Pulish, to be honest. Side, back, side, back. No moving. Yeah. Scott just said, no moving the ball quick enough. We can't. Disgraceful. Really is.
Tom, it's frustrating, isn't it, when we have games like this?
Far too often.
It's just, I mean, Tom's saying here the wrong team selection, wrong tactics today, poor performances. I think, Tom, I think it's dead easy. Again, I'll go back to the Norwich game last season when Norwich came and did it to us. If you want to win, if you're a lower than Leicester team, halfway or low down, you come park the bus and we can't break you down because we, like James just said, 70 minutes gone, we're passing it around the back. 80 minutes gone, we're still passing it around the back. We nearly, like James says, we had a free kick in our corner flag and we pass it around the back and nearly give them a third.
Well, you got to look at the team selection for Fulham tonight. I called it before we even kicked the ball that Fulham were going to come here and do exactly what West Ham had done. Use quick players to get in behind us, down our channels, and they did exactly the same. West Ham did it with Antonio and Fabiel, who scored for them. And tonight, why did Fulham come and do the same? They did. Because they didn't play Mitrovic, they didn't play Tom Carney, one of their most creative players, because they knew Lookman, they knew Cavano up front for them would do a better job at running in behind and scoring goals. We got opened up too easy, and now this isn't just 1 or 2 games. This is becoming a trend that we play teams at home who are lower in the table, and we do not have a clue how to break them down. And again, Jamie's picked them out. I'm not picking players for the sake of it. We're playing James Maddison as our creative mid player, and that's 2 games now against Liverpool and Fulham. He's not created anything. And like I said, by that one chance of hitting the crossbar and us scoring in the 80th minute and 89th minute, we did not create diddly squat today, and that's not good enough against a team who are relegated.
Lox, Maddison wanted to get the headlines, didn't he, today? He had a couple of I'm going to try and shoot from 40 yards. Don't even get me started on James Justin. With that shot at the end, but Lox, Matters, again, is he one of these players who's believing too much of his own trumpet again?
To be fair, mate, I don't have a problem with him blowing his own trumpet if he deserves it. You know, if he actually plays well. You know, it was after the I can't remember what game it was. One of the European games. It might have been Braga when we won 4-0. It might have been that one where he came out and he was, you know, he's a confident bloke, isn't he? He came out after the game and he was saying about, you know, he knows how good he is and he knows that he can help the team. And fair play, if you have a good performance like he did in the Europa League, fair play to you, mate. But yeah, what he's done there, he's tried to take a shot from 30 yards out instead of playing a ball end to under. And can I just say, under when he came on, he looked good. He was showing some signs. So he's tried to take the headlines there. And he's tried to put one in the top bins from 30 yards out. And can I just say as well, you know, what you're saying about, you know, if you want a result against Leicester, come and play, you know, defensively, sit behind the ball and hit us on the counter. Mate, we're going to start having the big teams come and do that. We're going to start having the Man Cities, the Arsenals, the Man Uniteds come in to do that because they know they can get a result from it. So something needs to change. Something needs to happen, you know, against sides that are going to play that way. Otherwise, you know, we're not going to do any better than last season. We're going to, you know, still be sitting around that Europa League. We're not going to break into the top 4 with no plan B, mate. Not at all. And that was embarrassing, mate. That corner, that
last corner. Whoever just said that, was it Jake? Just said that. How can you? They've paid all this money. They practice week in, week out, and you can't beat the first man at the corner. And you've got your keepers up there, and you can't beat the first man. It puts us under so much pressure. It was just.
What about the pass though from back to him from Tillemans again? I mean, we're talking the corner's poor. But then the quick throw by under to try and get on the front foot, and Tillemans can't pass a 5-yard ball straight back to him for him to whip in. That was shocking as well at the time. I mean, the performance today, everyone is a 3 or a 2. No one made above a 5 for performance. Probably Casper is the only one who's up there once again because he keeps us in the game.
Yeah. That comment before about set pieces and that, I'd like to know when, from corners, sorry, Phil, there was a comment about corners.
Yeah.
When was the last time we actually scored from a set piece or a corner? I cannot remember. It's not this year because it came up on commentary that we haven't scored, both teams hadn't scored from a set piece at all, from a corner or free kick. It's
somebody put in, and
Not
again,
around it.
I'll put the link
but
out
what normally
there.
happens in relegation teams is that the defeats cripple you. And
who's this,
while
Tom?
there's still
Scott
possibilities
Parker's
to win
like
games,
that,
while there's still
bringing on the
points on the
case
board,
Rogers
you have to have
comes
a total belief. And of course, that's easier.
Fulham, what can I say? Scott Parker standing there, a very happy man tonight about the performance. He just said it, we were well drilled.
Tom, they're rubbish.
They were well drilled, as he said. They were well drilled. They got it. Their tactics spot on tonight. I also will turn and say a lot of people keep saying about the formation. I think it's nothing to do with formation. I generally think it was just down the games we have lost. Every player, if the games we've lost, have been below par when we've lost games. The Villa game we weren't great. The West Ham game we weren't great, and tonight we've not been great. And the performance in all those games of every player been sloppy, not just one or two.
The trouble is, guys, when we play 5 at the back against a team who defends so deep, you naturally push on your wing back so far, which is great. But then when you're pissy passing it around so much in their half, if they get a counter attack, they play like we used to play. If you play on the counter attack, they'll suddenly break, and they've got 2 or 3 men against our 3 men. And Fofana was caught in that first half where he was outnumbered, didn't know what to do, went for the tackle, and then it looks like a silly decision because they passed the ball next to him. We've got loads of people wanting to come in, so I'm going to have to do these quickly and get as many fans on. So when I bring you in, say what you want. You've got about 30 seconds a minute, and we'll get your view across. So I'm going to start with Tom Wyatt first. Tom.
Hello. So I saw just a minute ago someone put in the chat we've been terrible from corners since probably Guppy left, and honestly, that's true. Like every time I see it go, oh, Leicester up for a corner, I just sit there and go, it'll either get past the first man or it'll get to the middle of the box. They'll clear it, and they'll bugger off down the pitch. I just look at it and go, there's no point of us having corners. I think when it comes to corners, Leicester should just pass the ball back to the team and go, go on, have it. We're scared of the ball. We don't want to do.
I've got a question here, which I'm going to ask to Tom to start with. Tom Wyatt. James says here, he says it's a big one. He's saying we've been really good, incredible this time this season, but a serious question about a mentality. We've bottled it against Villa, Chelsea in the FA Cup. We bottled it last season. He's generally going on and talking about have Leicester got the guile and the experience, Tom Wyatt, to progress this season, or is it going to be the same as last season?
I think as a team, there's still a few old heads. You've got Casper, you've got Vards, and you've got what's his name, Evans. But most of the team, I do look at Leicester and go, we've got a lot of youngsters in there. Under's quite young, Justin's young. They're all quite young. So I think at times they do get themselves very flustered and they go into matches going, oh, like with Villa, if we win this, we're in the League Cup final. The team that we got to the final with in the early 2000s, people like Steve Walsh and all those, they were an older team and they just knew, even if we go 1-0 down, we know how we can play and we'll just grind the result out. And I think that's only going to come with it's going to come with age, but it's going to come through people like Schmeichel, Evans, Fuchs, Morgan, just teaching them and going, look, when you go 1-0 down, you don't need to throw all caution to the wind because you will get chance.
Tom, thanks so much for joining us today, pre-match, half-time and full-time. I appreciate it. Do come on again, please.
Will do.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to remove Tom and I'm going to add in J and R. Let's bring them in. Somebody's got a noisy background.
Not me.
It might be me, sorry.
You, Jack.
Yeah.
Go on then. Let's start with you, Jack. What's your views?
I don't think there's much you can say, really. It were worse than the Liverpool game last time. Very poor. too busy spent at the back, too busy sideways and backwards. We don't attack as a team much, and it's embarrassing to lose against a team who's fighting at the bottom like Fulham, who's not even been good this season.
Lox, it is just frustrating, isn't it, Lox, against these lower teams?
Yeah, mate. I mean, like I said, I think some teams, we're talking about lower teams, Leicester teams coming and knowing how to set up against us. As I said, I think big teams might do it because, if you want a result against Leicester, don't attack us, just defend. I think someone put in the comments when we were live, when the match was on, that, Fulham want this more than us. And I said to Tom, I said, after what happened last season, how we were in a Champions League spot, which we all thought we were going to get, and we dropped off, and we dropped into the Europa League. Surely these players want it. Surely these players really want it. We've spoken before in previous weeks. Have the players learned from last season? The massive drop-off in the form we had. And I'm not saying that this is on the scale of that whatsoever. I'm not saying that. But there is definitely problems, as we've said, against these teams that want to defend against us. And it's quite ironic, really, the best football that Leicester City have ever played, over the last few years has been counter-attacking football. And, now it's hurting us when teams play it against us. So it's really, it's gut-wrenching, really, what happened today in the Liverpool game. I think today was our worst performance of the season. I can see someone said, Jerry Taggart as well, has said it's the worst performance of the season. No doubt about it. I think it was just it was diabolical today. It was just lazy. Look at the chances we had in the last few minutes. Where were they? Where were they earlier on in the game? Why leave it that late? Give it your all before. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's just one of them days.
Come on then, Ross. Get your views in. What do you reckon?
All I'm going to say is I'm a bit dreading Sheffield United next week.
Oh,
because, obviously, not just because I'm from Sheffield and all this saga, it's just the Leicester way. At typical Leicester, every time we go and beat a big club or have a great performance against Man City and stuff, and then we drop back down to reality. It was a terrible performance. I mean, let's be honest, give Fulham the credit. They came with a game plan and they stuck to it. Like how we had a game plan against Arsenal, we stuck to the game plan and we did it. And Fulham have done it. Basically, Fulham have done what we did against Arsenal when we beat them 1-0. And it was just very poor.
Jamie, James Horan says here, have Liverpool finished that season again or will we bounce back against Sheffield United? What do you think to that comment?
I think it's going to be tough against Sheffield United because Sheffield United haven't won a game yet. They've got 1 point. They'll be dying to win. They'll be dying to get their first win. On the back of results against Fulham tonight, they'll be thinking, we've got a chance here. The only thing about it is the lack of fans in the ground. I still think that the home advantage has gone with the no fans being in there. That's the only way we seem to be playing better away from home than we do at home. And I think the lack of support, I think that's going to be the only advantage we might have next week. Other than that, I think we might be struggling if we play like that again.
Tom, I want to ask you, Neil's put this comment on there, and I must admit, while I was watching it, I don't know if you guys picked up on it, but I did feel, Neil says, what has happened to Evans? Normally such a composed player, but recently he's been sloppy and not switched on. I could add Christian Fuchs into there as well at the back today. It was a bit, Fofana's young and making mistakes, but we have to give him time to learn, I guess. But Evans, it was a bit sloppy.
If we're going to talk about stats, Leicester now conceded 8 goals in the last 3 games. They conceded just 2 goals in the previous 6 fixtures. So something's changed in that defensive line that we've gone from conceding 2 goals in 6 games to conceding 8 in 3. The performance against Johnny Evans, Fuchs, Justin, the whole back line was a shambles at times. I mean, the biggest mistake to me is Johnny Evans having a free kick. And at his age, you've got to be sensible, but trying to overplay a ball across the box that nearly cost us a 3rd goal. Is he having a bit of a blip? Yeah, let's hope so, because before that, he was superb for me. He was up there, big player of the season, but just at the moment, something just is not sitting right between the team and the way we're trying to do things. And hopefully, tonight is a big kick up the backside. We need to go into the game against Zorica on Thursday with. Zahor, sorry. I mean, look, let's look at it now. The players who are not fit are going to work really hard to get back in the team. Not really.
Jay's joined us. Jay, you came on before the match as well. And at half time. What's your views, Jay, on it?
I wanted to turn it off.
I've got
any minute of it.
I love watching Leicester City with Jay, but I felt like it with you. I was just drifting at times because it was dull as ditch water. I didn't feel there was that much passion. When we scored, I thought, right, come on, maybe. But it was hard to watch, Jay, wasn't it?
It was awful. We're supposed to be fourth in the league, and they're in the relegation battle. It's like we've switched roles for a week. They played like they were fourth.
Yeah,
Jay. I mean, obviously, you're a younger supporter, and you've seen some really good times at Leicester. Do you go into these games like really expecting? Look, come on, I 100% expect Leicester to win.
Oh yeah. I was expecting us to beat Fulham for sure, but I've said it before to people who I speak to that every time I'm confident, we lose.
Welcome to being a Leicester long-term Leicester fan, Jay. Jay, wait till you've done it 40-odd years, mate.
Yeah, I know.
We never saw players Wickham in the FA Cup then.
Let's not bring. Oh, who did we get the draw, by the way? Who did we get the draw?
Stoke away. We got Stoke City away.
Stoke away.
Stoke on a cold, wet Tuesday night.
What was that accent? Hang on. Wait. What was that accent? Come on.
Do you Stoke again?
Come on, please do that. Please do that again, just for Leicester Fan TV.
No comment.
Rudy's saying he's blaming Fofana's hairdo.
Yeah,
it looked purple tonight.
Scott saying hopefully we'll win on Thursday, and that will secure the group win, so we can concentrate on the league and then play second string in the last European game. Kent, who isn't a Leicester fan by the sounds of it, but thanks for watching, says, I knew you wouldn't win, but I had a draw, not Leicester to lose. So we've knackered up his bet. Tony, watching on Facebook, says we were off the pace and tactically off it as well. Steve is saying, does Fofana need some rest, get Soyuncu back? Who knows the latest on any of the injury?
So I think Roger is saying that the plan is Soyuncu and Didi and Ricardo Pereira will all play on Thursday night or some part on Thursday night in Ukraine to get match fitness up. Again, once they start getting involved in the first team, obviously they're not going to be far off from being first team regulars. So I'd hope within another week, 2 weeks maximum, the three boys, and so Timmy Castagna, I'm not sure with him, but they'll be backing in the first team pitches. They ain't going to work hard to get back in the team though after the last couple of performances.
Jamie, do you want to pick up on that one? Because I know it's a debate we've had before.
We haven't got no leaders. There's no. I know Pete. I know like Big Wes. He's like one of the main men, but Schmeichel gobs off all the time. He's too far away from the actual action to be a leader on the pitch. I don't like keepers being captains because they just can't get involved in the game. Yeah, to answer the question, simple answer is to Jason is no. We haven't got any leaders on the pitch. No. We haven't. There's no leader there. There's nothing like a Kante or Danny Drinkwater or people that could lead from the front. There's nobody like that, or Robert Huth. We haven't got them kind of players anymore, and they just don't lead. There's no the old-fashioned leaders anymore, Phil. The old-school leader. I won't go too far back. There's nothing like that. Jerry Taggart, Ali Lamockland. There's none of them players anymore. There's none that don't. They come and get the paycheck, and then that's it. There's no passion. They go out, kick the ball around for 90 minutes, and they don't realise what it means to us fans. I mean, I'm absolutely gobsmacked and disappointed now, to be honest. It's just so disheartening watching that tonight. Like Jay says, I could quite easily have turned it off. I really could have.
Yeah.
I stuck with it. I don't know why, but I stuck with it.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. The way the Premier League this season, I mean, I think, like I said, just before I go for batteries on like 8%, I'm just going to say for Sunday's game, I know we've got the Europa League coming up Thursday, but the Sheffield United game is the most important game of the season because, let's be honest, Sheffield United, you said then, Jamie, they've not won a game this season. Like I said, I've got three of my best mates that are Sheffield United fans, and I said to him, I won't be surprised if you beat us. It's the Leicester way. When a team or a commentator says, "Oh, they haven't scored in a long time," they go and do it. Fulham missed 3 penalties before this game. They get one, and what happens? They score as well. And I think Sheffield United away. You said about the fans. It's one of the best. I mean, it's one of the best atmospheres. I went to Bramall Lane last season. It was a fantastic atmosphere. So obviously it does help. It does help. It does help. Obviously, there's no crowd in the way. And I said I cannot wait for Ricardo to come back. I cannot wait for Ndidi. I think we all hope ASAP that Ricardo comes back in that team. Yeah, a few weeks ago, John Sinclair, whatever name you want these days, I asked the question, will Ricardo get back into the team instantly? And he answered my question. He said yes, 100%, and I agree with him. Well.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Thursday. Oh, well, we won't see you Thursday night.
No,
we're doing the Kia stuff, but
I am.
have a
Yes.
good night with that. All right. Cheers, Ross.
I will.
Cheers, Jay, as well. Thanks for sticking around, Jay. Great to get you on.
Can I just say as well? Sorry, I mean, obviously, there's comments in there about Demarai Gray coming back into the team. Apparently, we need to put him in the team because he scored 2 goals against the under-23s West Ham. I mean, is that Reece? Are you asking for Admiral Musqui to come into the starting 11 because he's been scoring for the under-23s? I'm not too sure what that would have.
I mean, Lox, it'd be great to get Reece to come on, but I'm going to stand up for Reece a little bit here and say people like Demarai Gray on the fringes and Perez are going to be watching the last 3 performances against Liverpool, Braga, and today against Fulham and be saying,
Stop you there.
Go on.
Stop. He's not in on the fringes, mate. He's not in on the fringes.
He's nowhere near.
I mean, we can't stop talking about Demarai Gray. I think Brendan's made his mind up with Gray. He's going at the end of the season. He had an offer to sign a new contract. He turned it down because he wants to play regular first-team football. Rodgers basically made it clear then, well, that's fine. You won't play for me. I don't see where this whole Demarai Gray's got to play. It's quite obvious that Rodgers doesn't rate him, or he will not have anything to do with this team between now and the end of the season. But maybe playing an FA Cup game, that is it. I can't see Demarai coming into the squad.
But what's he going to do? Let Demarai Gray go for free at the end of the season? You're letting a £25 million asset just go. If you don't play him, people will pay nothing for him. Wouldn't it be better, Tom, to play him for a few games and sell him in January for 5 or 10 million?
Demarai Gray's all he's got to do is dig his heels in and go, well, you're not playing me, or you're going to play me 1 or 2 games. But in January, he can go and sign for another club in Europe if he wants to. There's nothing stopping him in January signing for someone in Europe. So at the end of the day, he's going to go for free. So Somali's going to go for free. He was 30 million. That's another point you can argue about. He's 30 million player, and we're letting him go free. It's exactly the same thing.
But Tom wouldn't have Slimani again. Slimani is a Leicester player. He is a squad player. Bloody hell, I'd have rather had him come off the bench today for the last 10 minutes.
I said it in
again. It was plan A, plan A, plan A. All he does is changes the formation a little bit, and thinks it's a plan B.
Why have we not got Slimani on the bench to try and change it against the team who are going to come and sit D? So I agree with you, Phil, on that. But what I'm saying is, you're going to say about Demarai losing for 25 million, you're losing Slimani, who costs us 30 million. And let's be reasonable here. Demarai Gray is not a £25 million player. He has not put any value on that 3.7 we paid for him all those seasons ago because he's not progressed in any period of time since he's been at the football club. So we can keep going on about Gray, but they're not going to play him. So what's the point keeping going on about? It's a debate that doesn't need to be debated about.
To be fair, Tom, I totally agree with you anyway, mate. He can go for all I care tomorrow. He can drive his Lamborghini off down to wherever. But I'm trying to give Reece the go. Jack.
Hello.
Class, mate. Class.
On, Jack.
My laptop died, didn't it? So I had to recharge it.
Well, that's good. You can see we're getting. It's typical Leicester. A typical Leicester day where.
Goes from bad to worse, they do it for us Leicester fans.
It was frustrating, and obviously people have talked a little about Gray and Perez there maybe coming in or not. It's bloody typical Leicester a day like today.
Well, everyone said it, didn't they? They didn't really write Fulham off. They knew Fulham would come here with a game plan and produce it, really, and they did just that. Leicester didn't really do nothing in the game. 5 at the back again. It ain't going to work every game, 5 at the back, Brendan Rodgers. I'm sorry, yeah, but 4 at the back, you've got to start in some games. It didn't work against Liverpool. I think he tried it against Aston Villa and West Ham, and we lost both of them games as well. So you've got to stop being stubborn and change it.
Is this, again, forget about Gray's finish, says Tom, yeah.
There's loads of them.
Do you feel? Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do agree with you. I was trying to argue on behalf of Reece a little bit there, which clearly I didn't win that one because it's hard to when you don't really believe it. But I do. Who wants to? I'm going to pose a question. Who wants to answer it? Again, Brendan Rodgers. I am obviously pro Brendan Rodgers and do think he's a good manager. I'm not going to use words much better than good because I do feel he is one-dimensional.
Yeah.
I mean,
go on, Lox. Go on.
I was going to say that comment there, which has just popped up. Have you seen this?
Yeah. Just that Brendan Rodgers is using that to speak to the media very quickly.
Post-match but hasn't come out of the tunnel as yet, suggesting debate has been taken back out. I bet he's fuming. I hope he is fuming with that performance tonight.
Yeah.
Who do you put the defeat down to, though? Do you put it down to the players or the manager's tactics?
The players for me today.
Yeah, players.
Exactly. They offered nothing in defence going forward. Vardy didn't really do nothing in the game. Nowhere to be seen. Maddison, he's just trying to be another Grealish.
Vardy didn't do anything because he wasn't brought into the game by Maddison and Tielemans because their touch was.
But Jamie, Vardy did have a few chances and a few.
But his touch was awful, though, wasn't it? His touch was awful. Whether it had something to do with the pitch, I don't know. But it's took for Vardy. Whether he's got his mind on his missus's battle with Clean Rooney in court.
You've been watching too much Loose Women, Jamie.
Yeah,
I think I have. Whether he's got his mind on that.
Jamie, you mentioned the pitch, mate. King Power Stadium, it was raining a bit round Leicester, but it looked absolutely sodden. They watered it before the game, do you think? And then it rained.
Was absolutely hammering down. Didn't you watch TV, Phil? It was hammering down in the first half.
Yes, but it looked like almost a waterlogged pitch. When the ball rolled along it, it was looking like this is really wet. And it's for a modern day pitch. It wasn't raining that hard, Jamie.
It was. It wasn't raining cats and dogs. It was raining hippos and elephants. Yeah. It was that heavy.
It wasn't raining like Spain rain.
Oh, when it rains in Spain, it stays on the plane mainly.
It never rains in Spain.
But no, the pitch. The pitch didn't look good at all, did it? I just don't know. I don't think you can blame the pitch for the game, but it's just people. No. I don't know, Phil. I'm disappointed.
Like Arsenal fan TV, where to blame the weather.
I've just had enough really tonight.
Well, what do you think about Andrew's comment then? Anybody want to pick up on that?
Well, it's some players, isn't it? Like Maddison believes in his own hype. It's fame rather than what he's doing on the pitch, really. Maddison, in the last couple of games, has been very poor.
Yeah, I was just going to say as well. I mean, we mentioned it like 10 minutes ago or however long ago it was. Like, fair play, Maddison. You know, if you're going to believe, if you're going to come out and you know believe in your own ability and all of that after playing a game like he did in Europe. I can't remember what game. It might have been Braga, but he was on there afterwards and he was, you know, blowing his own trumpet a little bit. Fair play to him if you have a good performance. But yeah, after something like that, he's clearly taken a shot from 30 yards out to try and put it in the top bins and take the glory. But yeah, I'm not going to get too hung up on that. But yeah, it's
Phil,
not good enough.
That comment you just put about Maddison playing out of position. I didn't say put. Bit of both. Maddison played out of position. But where was Maddison playing then? What position was he meant to be? Because I thought he was playing in his normal central midfield role like he has been playing. So is he out of position? Or was I watching a different... Where was he playing? I thought he was playing in his normal position, just behind Vardy, Pratt and Maddison. That's his normal position. That's where everyone wants him to play. When we play him out on the wing, that's where he struggles. So was it... Did I watch a different game? I thought Maddison was playing in his rightful position.
No, yeah, he was. I think this is what one of the problems are, Jamie, with like the sticks that Brendan gets for formations, because some people don't understand the formation. Some people think that we're playing Maddison out wide and Pratt out wide, but it's not that, because when we're on the attack, the wing backs are providing the width, and Maddison and Pratt are more kind of central. So some people don't get the formation, they don't understand it, and that's why they hammer on about the formation and the system. But no, he was playing centrally. People think he was out wide for some reason, just because of probably how BBC, Leicester put it out on their graphic or whatever. But it's not how it was. They were central. They were in the normal position, 100%.
Michael, thanks for joining us all the way out in the States. I suppose it's not too late for you. It's actually mid-afternoon, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's about noon right now. What a terrible performance! Yes. What a terrible match.
What's it like? I mean, where'd you go with that, Michael?
I always have like super optimism, and the announcers here made the I don't know if you guys have the same announcers, but that we had scored 7 goals this season in the last 15 minutes of games. And so I always like hold out hope, and, we got that quick strike ability and we got one. And so, that got me back up, but then we went back to just being crap again, even though we kind of held the pressure. But yeah, I do want to say that the pitch had something to do with it. Like right at the beginning, like the passing just wasn't coming through, that the ball was picking up a lot of water. And I think maybe their kits got a little wet, and their socks, and, and their boots were really wet. Some of the shots were going off to the side. The passes just were 3 yards away from where they should have been. Everybody, we didn't get any second ball. I don't remember like just Mindy hopping on the second ball or Tielemans hopping. None of them were getting shoved over. Someone said Fulham wanted it more than us. They did. The rain energized them, and we melted.
Jack, I'm going to let you go because you seem to be having a lot of noisy issues. Okay, pal?
Yeah, all right.
All right, thanks for joining us. Enjoy Thursday.
I will do. See you later, boys.
Cheers, Jack.
See you later, Jack.
I don't know what it was, but Jack seemed to be getting his things. We're going to go in a minute. But
can I just read off what Brendan's said?
Yeah, go for it, Tom.
Brendan's just on Sky Sport. It was a disappointing first half for us. We were not very good in our counter-attack or pressing. We made mistakes in our defence at the moments in the game, so you can't. In this league, you can't give opportunities, the opportunity for a team to score. In the second half, we were a bit better, but we did not show enough creativity. Fulham deserved to win. They punished us, and we weren't good enough to break them down. It's a young side, and have some very good performances, even in like this show.
When Brendan says it's a young side, that means he's waiting for his first team guys that are injured to come back.
I was going to say, he then goes on to say Fulham had a good enough to complain to the league. Fulham had a good counter-attack players. It's a bit more rest than us after the European game. We are a very honest group with a great spirit, and we've just not been good enough to win today. That's it.
Michael,
does that mean the teacups went everywhere when he went in the changing rooms?
I would be surprised if there was not a few shouting.
Michael, we've obviously just briefly before we all go, before we all get told off, Jamie.
I know, yeah, you heard that, yeah.
I'll be getting it in a minute, don't you worry. Michael, Thursday Europa League. What do you do? Do you rest players? Do you go for it?
I think we need to rest players. We just have to keep the rotation going. Maybe that team that played last week against Braga with Hamza and Pratt, since he got taken off at halftime, Iheanacho. You have to rest guys because we're just not bringing it in the league. It seems like the last couple matches, and if we want to stay in Europe, we need to hold our top 4 spot. I believe, and we got to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, like Fulham and Sheffield United.
It's Jamie. I mean, it is a balancing act this season, and we've seen with other teams, Burnley in particular, and other teams who've gone into the Europa League and trying to balance that Thursday, Sunday, or matches. It's not easy, and perhaps we're doing better than we should be by being in that top 4 or 5 in the Premier League and qualifying for Europe.
Well, it's down to the strength and depth of the squad again, isn't it? I think we are now showing. I think we're showing the effects of the injuries we've had and the game time some of the youngsters have had, like Thomas and Barnes and Chowdhury maybe. They shouldn't have got so much time. And Fofana, I don't think Fofana was meant to be playing as much as he has done, even though it was 30 million. I think it's now showing that you still need that bit of experience and wily old Ed at the back, so and in the middle of the park as well. So hopefully, I forgot JJ as well. The youngsters probably a bit too much for them. All these games week in, week out. So I think we need some of the strength in depth is the problem. I think the main one. We just haven't got it.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say as well. It was only a few weeks ago on my Friday show. You know, me and Ross and Chris that we were playing a game. You know, in or out it was called. That was the game, and we were talking about players that are due to come back. Would they slot straight back into the team? And majority of them were a no. But now it's completely different. You know, there's going to be some players there which will slot back in. I'm sure once he's ready, Ricardo will come straight in. You know, Soyuncu and Didi. 3-4 weeks ago, none of them were getting back in the starting 11. So it shows how quickly things can change. I think we do need a bit more experience there. I think we'll definitely, of course, we will be a better side when those players come back. Were these players? I don't want to be harsh. Were these players that came in that were filling in? Were they overperforming? It's a tough one.
Could be right. Listen, chaps, thanks a lot, Tom and Lox, for an amazing watch along again today. We'll see you Thursday. It's another early kickoff, isn't it, lads?
Hold on, Michael, we can't see the name on the shirt. What was it?
It's my name, but I wear number 7 for Damari Gray.
Oh,
no. Get out.
I love him. Let's keep him until as long as we can. If he's going for free at the end of the season, well, let's play him till then.
Well, yes, if you've got him.
He is on the fringes. He's too good for the under 23s. If you watch those matches, he's a class above those guys.
You've got to remember, he was on the verge of the England squad. Hey, Michael, you've just turned us back into another argument. We're about to finish it here, Michael. Let's see, maybe Damari Gray in the Europa League squad, Tom?
No, he's not.
That says it all. That should say it all, really.
Probably.
That's my comment.
Maybe you can play against Stoke in the FA Cup. Maybe we can give him some time there.
Yeah, maybe. Right. Because anybody can play in that, I think, pretty much. There's no squads for that.
Yeah.
Right, chaps. Thursday night, it's Zoya. Thanks, Michael. Is it an early kick? It's a 5 to 6 kickoff, I think. Isn't it?
Again.
I know. These early kickoffs. Right. We best go before Mrs. Jamie Preston comes back in. Hey? We don't want to get told. Jamie, come in. Your dinner's ready. It's past your bedtime.
I can see it. I saw that comment earlier.
You're going to get ripped for this now, Jamie.
Oh, it was me last week.
It was Tom last week. I keep looking at my
going on 20 minutes longer than you know.
We'll see you later.
See you guys.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
See you later.
Jamie, thanks,
cheers, Tom. Cheers,
thanks,
Lox.
Lox. That's been brilliant to have you all on. We'll see you all again Thursday night, and hope for better. Don't know what Lox is doing there. He's kept his hair again, put it that way. See you later.
Yes. Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.